Welcome back. Welcome back. TJ Grape, hold your damn horses, bro. We here.
We're not our hosts. We're not our hosts.
Yeah. Trust me. If the longest we'll be is 2 minutes, 3 minutes late, tops. We're not like JD. We all know JD's an L host. This is not the same type of time. I promise you. Mars, how you feeling today, bro?
I'm good. First time doing open gym when there's actually been NBA games, so this should be fun, as you can see by the title. So a lot to get into.
So we was gonna do the top 20 list, but we're gonna save that for later on open gym because I think there's a lot to talk about for the NBA season, especially that when it just started. A lot of surprises, a lot of takes for people to get off. Um, so yeah, I'm excited for today. How about you, Mars?
I'm very excited. I mean, I've been flamed a little bit on TikTok for a take I made about teams that happened before they even played. So now that we've seen pretty much every team play, so there's a lot of things to talk about.
What you got to say to that now?
Um, I may have been wrong. Maybe, potentially. I mean, but I'm not wrong for the reasons many people would say I was wrong. I was wrong because Coach Bud did what I think he should have been doing the whole time. So, if anything, Coach Bud has been listening to me and now he's come to a senses. So, I was right, realistically.
Mars, this is why I love you, bro. Even when sometimes you're wrong, it's like you're like, nah, I was kind of right in this scenario.
I think I was right. I mean, I said Coach Bud needs to use Giannis off the ball more, use him as a screener, use him as a playmaker off the ball, put him in the post, and start guarding the 3-point line. Now in preseason and first game of the season, the Bucks are guarding the 3-point line, and Giannis isn't dribbling the ball the whole time. So either Coach Bud is listening to me, or someone else has told him the same thing I said. So I think I was
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Giannis that last game was doing a lot of pick and roll action for sure. For all you guys in the chat to be a part of this open gym, remember have your cameras on already. You feel me? Have everything set up already. Your audio, your cameras. That way we know that you're ready, and we could just bring you up on the stream. If your cameras aren't ready, I don't know if you're ready, and I'm not gonna bring you up on the screen. All right, so. Just keep that in mind. There's a lot of overreaction takes that I bet a lot of people have. I know some of mine. I mean, Denver Nuggets, Mars. What I tell you, I told you the
That
defense,
game,
bro.
that game was bad.
That game was terrible. They lost.
I'm not even gonna act like I watched the whole thing. It was 44-68. I turn it off. I'm not gonna lie, I turn it
I
off.
I told you their defense is not good, and I forgot. I forgot. Like they lost Will Barton, they lost Monte Morris, they lost a lot of key guys, a lot of good role players, and they're not gonna have that same type of defense. Like I'm telling you, that's gonna be the downfall of them. Offense is amazing, but the defense is what's gonna hold them back, bro. I'm telling you.
They'll figure it out. They played the Jazz. Like Danny Ainge didn't want to win that game. I know he's pissed off right now. He's
but
not happy
bro,
that the Jazz are 1-0.
but
They just started
bro,
rebounding the hell out of the ball. Like you don't expect them to do that. They were trying. Like who expects the Jazz to try?
bro, they really showed it to them. Another super chat from Jeremy Barnes. Dub Mars, ready for a good show. Go Celtics. Go Celtics for real, bro. But
Not go Celtics, but they look nice.
you ready to bring some people on?
Let's get it.
Let's get it. One thing I do like to say too, I hate the way Steve Nash is using Ben Simmons. That
Steve Nash
shit
is
was
trash.
yo. Using Ben Simmons like that is fucking ass, bro.
Let's bring in football breakdown. There we go.
How's it going, y'all? Good morning. Happy
What up? What up? What's good, fellas?
What's good, fam? I think somebody's echoing. Hold up.
Is that me?
Somebody's having.
It probably is me because I'm in the car.
Yep. Yeah,
Yes,
Jeff.
Jeff.
Jeff is
Okay,
you,
I'll,
my
I'll
guy.
back.
So
I'll back out. I'll back out.
got you. Fix that real quick. Marcus, you ready? I seen you with your camera on. Put your camera on if you ready. Alright, cool.
Hey boy.
What's good, fellas? How y'all feeling today?
Good.
Cool.
Well, yeah.
What's the meh? What's that for?
Yeah, what's that for?
Being a LeBron fan is hard, man. It's
I
tough.
think the first reaction is gonna be about the Lakers.
No.
Yo.
It won't be. It won't be. Because we already kind of knew what the Lakers are gonna be. I mean, they just like. It's weird because last night I don't know. The reactions of people have been weird because people say they should be discouraged. I was actually weirdly encouraged because they got out rebounded by a shit ton, and the Clippers are supposed to be some type of contenders. I know Kawhi didn't play a lot, but the amount of open threes, I understand that they were kind of laying them, but like this is why I also say we shouldn't rank LeBron. Dude, LeBron was finding guys open all night, and they were just like, it was just hard to watch.
That was atrocious.
Like it was just atrocious. It's like they were getting good looks, and the game was still close. So I don't know. I don't know if Clippers fans feel comfortable because if the guards went 1 for 25, and that was still a close game, and they got out rebounded. So it's like for the Clippers, faithful think like Reggie Jackson was pretty bad. John Wall is happy to see him back, but the Lakers just simply need to get rid of Westbrook. Like it's that simple. And then get some shooting. Like it's really that simple because their defense was fine. Like the defense for the first 2 games, I think, has been pretty solid, honestly, considering. It's really just the shooting that they need to fix, and we'll see where they go from there. And then my other take is with the Nets, but I'll see what other people have to say.
Okay.
Hey, Dub and Mars.
What's good, Mad Max? How you feeling, bro?
Hey, let me finish dropping. Can I get in on the next wave of people to come in?
Next wave.
Yeah, the next wave of people. Y'all gonna keep the same people up here the whole time?
Not the whole time, but I mean,
Yeah,
listen, if you got something, get it out.
I got some. No, I'm working, and I got need about 10 minutes, and I'm good. And I got something I need to get at you specifically about. I need to get at you.
Me?
He has something. It's about Chris Paul. It's about Chris Paul.
No. Not nothing about Chris Paul. I don't even rank Chris Paul. I'm so tired of Chris Paul hearing about him these last few years.
What you
I'm so
got
tired of hearing about him.
It's going to be about something bad.
Yeah, it is.
We'll see you, Max. We'll see you.
I bet. We'll go wrong.
Yeah. Well, what's up with y'all, man? Yeah, so the Nuggets are biggest disappointment so far. That was pretty bad. Joel Embiid too, because he playing like utter trash.
Sixers fans were booing. That was tough.
When y'all saw Joel Embiid, he came into me looking kind of chubby and out of shape, honestly.
Yeah, he does look out of shape, 1,000%.
He doesn't look out of shape as much as he just plays out of shape. To be honest.
That's a fact.
Just very slow. It's like
he doesn't look like he's out of shape. He looks like he's just playing out of shape. Like he's just playing lazy as shit. That's what it looked like to me.
My thing is, I think every season that, after he loses, after the 76ers lost to the Raptors, and then with this series, him complaining about the MVP, you think that stuff like that, he would come back better every season, but he just.
I just don't trust the leadership on that team to do it. To me, the Celtics are the clear favorites. I don't know what anyone else.
1,000%.
Yeah. The Celtics look legit. Like they are first or second deepest team in the league, to be completely honest.
Yeah, it's them and the Warriors. Like the Celtics don't get out of the East. It's honestly a disappointment for them. It's theirs to lose, in my opinion.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact for real. But a little overreaction, if you want to call it. James Harden looking like that fucking dude, bro.
That's
James Harden looking like that dude.
Looking good.
I know they 0-2 right now. But listen.
That's not because of him.
Yes,
no, it's not because of him at all. Well, he took a horrible shot last night at the end of the game, but
he did.
He was trying to get a foul.
He should have passed it to Maxey because Maxey was wide open for the three.
Yeah, he was being OD, but listen, James Harden got that explosiveness. He's diamond. Bro, he did something that surprised me. The dude's taking mid-ranges.
Oh, God.
The dude's
that's crazy. He's a free-level scorer.
He went back to taking mid-ranges.
Yeah, he went back about 6 years.
Like
he's in 2016. Yeah, he's in 2016 right now.
Yo, I'm watching the game, and I'm just sitting here like, yo, Harden, you should have been doing this for the last 2 years, bro. You finally came around. James Harden really about to solidify himself as a top 10 player again, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. I am telling you.
Also, Mars, your stance on Kyrie. So, Kyrie, where do you have him ranked, bro? Because this guy shows up.
He just had a bad game.
Bro, his
I got a
question for Mars too.
Okay, I'll answer Kyrie. Kyrie's like 23-30.
Okay.
That's what I have him.
See, I don't know what y'all think about the Nets, but I said this last week. Did I not say Ben Simmons the anti-Steph Curry, the anti-gravity king of all time? This guy is this dude doesn't work on his game. There's just
there's something I actually want to say about that really quick. Here's my overreaction take. It's actually going to get into what you were saying. Can we hop off this notion that Ben Simmons would have changed the sweep about them last year? Because I've had plenty of people say, "Oh, Ben Simmons with the defense. Oh, put him in the dunker spot." He fouled out a preseason game in the first game of the season
in 3 quarters.
They probably would have gotten smacked by 20 if he was in game 4.
Let me tell you the biggest problem with the Nets.
Oh man,
they need a coach.
I think we can officially put that.
Of course, the problem is Steve Nash. I've been saying that on the show for months. Steve Nash can't coach. Ben Simmons can't solve anything if he's being used like a guard who can shoot.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Ben Simmons is extremely flawed. As I said last week, bro. Like in the playoffs, they're gonna be able to. This man can't be on the. Okay, if you can't make free throws, right? You're not a good playmaker in the half court. You can't and won't shoot the ball. How are you going to be on the court? Whenever Ben Simmons is on the court with Kyrie and KD, it's just so painful to watch. Honestly, like it's just.
Do y'all think that's coaching? Like put them in their own situation.
Yeah, they don't have an offense.
Yeah, see, that's my thing. Steve Nash is not using him properly, so that's why I said.
DJ, I think you're hitting on the money. Watching Ben Simmons.
Is there any other coach?
Listen. Ben Simmons is a Ben Simmons is a very talented individual. I think he's extremely talented. They're using him. They're using him as a Draymond and Bam Adebayo. Set a pick, handoffs, not doing much with the ball, stand at the low post. I'm sorry, bro. That's not Ben Simmons.
But what's his game though, Doug?
Put the ball. I'm about to say it. Put the ball in his hands. Let him make some things happen. Don't give him full control of the offense, but let him give him some opportunities to shine, bro.
Don't use him like maybe a transition.
Yeah,
that's the point. He's also a transition player, bro. Like Ben Simmons, when it slows down, is like I've had this position for years. I've always thought Ben Simmons has been buns. Like even when people were high on Ben Simmons in the half court. He is an overrated passer in the half court. When the game, he's great in transition. A lot of people can look good in transition. But when the game slows down and he actually needs to manipulate defenses, how many times have you really seen Ben Simmons manipulate defenses?
Well,
it's hard to manipulate a defense when they don't need to guard you. That's
he can't. Exactly. He don't have no other threat.
That's the issue. When they know you won't shoot the ball.
I feel you on that. But let me tell you something though. I mean, how many times did the coaches really give him the freedom to try to even operate in the half court? I think, especially with the team that they have now, with the amount of spacing, I think he could really make some things happen. I just think that Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, their games never complemented each other, so that's why they couldn't operate in the half court with Ben Simmons.
It's also hard to do when you're not aggressive scorer. He's not aggressive to score. You got to try to score.
We're not even talking about shooting. We're just talking about him just trying to get the ball and score. Like, give him the ball in the post. Let him post up other guards down low off
you don't have
pick and roll. Let him do something. But they just
you don't think he have the offensive bag to do that? Like down low.
You don't have the bag to listen, bro. Even Zion got no bag, but has the mindset.
Max, he's cutting. He's doing something.
He's doing something, bro. Ben Simmons, my whole problem with Ben Simmons, he's been ever since LSU. Let's just be real. I'm tired of coddling professional athletes.
He's
bro.
been
You suck.
I'm gonna call it what it is.
Suck. Since LSU, he's been coddled. They put him in the tournament when LSU didn't deserve it. He comes to the NBA. He said, "Oh, he takes a year off. Oh, whatever. He takes a year off. Whatever. Oh, he can't shoot. Oh, but he plays great defense." You know what Ben Simmons plays like? Ben Simmons plays like an athletic dude who doesn't play basketball but plays pickup with his friends and can't do anything. But you know what he can do? He can play good defense. He can play hard on defense because he can't do anything else.
He looked good in the open gym, though. I make him pop some threes.
Hey, Mars, I gotta talk to you about Demar Derozan, man. You gotta get him credit, bro.
Credit, Demar Derozan. Credit, Demar Derozan.
On the same side. Hey, let me say something real quick. I'm with Mars on that. Demar Derozan.
He had a good game against Miami. That's cool. Whatever. We move on.
Hey, one thing about Demar Derozan, he fried your boy Jimmy Butler though. That's all I'm gonna say, dude.
He did. He was cooking.
What you got against Demar? Mars?
Leave me alone, bro.
I have nothing against him. Demar is a good player when you have no expectations. Once he gets to the playoffs,
as soon as he gets into the playoffs, it's gonna be bad
he's
business.
not good anymore.
Yeah,
I don't care about what he does in the regular season.
I still think he has the best mid-range game in the league, though.
He is the best player on that team.
So Kevin Durant just passed away.
No.
Yeah,
Kevin Durant.
Kevin-
Wait. Kevin Durant is the more efficient mid-range player. I'd rather have him shooting. But in terms of mid-range ability, moves, and considering all, like for instance, right? Would you say who's a better mid-range player, KD or Kobe?
To me, it's KD.
Yeah, because KD's more efficient, but Kobe's more skilled in mid-range, right?
Kobe has more of a bag.
Yeah, Kobe can do more things in the mid-range. He's more versatile.
But KD is the more efficient one. I agree with you with that. That's the thing I want people to realize about KD. But when people say KD is the most skilled, it annoys me a bit because it's really he's more efficient.
Yeah, he's not the most skilled.
You don't need a lot of moves to.
Yeah,
like Demar Derozan is a more skilled mid-range player than KD. He is.
Yeah, out of necessity, he's 6'6". He has to.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
KD's still better than him.
Yeah, of course.
What y'all think about?
I'm not crazy.
What do you think about who?
What you think the Pelicans ceiling is like this season?
Western Conference Finals has to be.
Who were they beating to go through 2
Finals.
See, this is why it's overreactions. Wait, one game has convinced you that.
So I'm giving that take, but listen, they look good. Ingram looks good. McCollum, Valanciunas, Zion.
Second round.
Listen,
but the Nets are food for
everyone. They're stealing your second round.
Yeah, second round ceiling for sure. They can win a first round series, and then
depending on seeding, they out there in the first round. I ain't even gonna lie.
Pretty much.
If Zion is not healthy, I will give you that.
It don't matter if he's healthy. They out there in the first round. Depending on what they
Zion's added nothing to his game, by the way. He's the same guy he was when he left.
Yep.
He also couldn't play. He also couldn't play for a lot of time. So.
Yeah. Also, what do y'all think? Okay, honestly, because people are really high on Zion, and I kind of don't get it. Like, I like Zion as a player.
This is you got to stop this right now.
No.
I'm with you so far.
No, I'm with you. Like, he's gonna be a very good player, but people talking like MVP level, it's just not possible. It's just not possible. To be MVP,
it's not possible.
No, it's not in his skill set. You have
he has a lot of work. He has a lot of work.
You have to be multi. Okay, I'll put it this way, right?
You got to be skilled to win MVP.
Zion will never finish ahead of Luka in MVP. Never.
He'll never win MVP.
Never. He'll
never.
Looking like this.
That's not.
So in a couple of years, when you're wrong, we're gonna come back on this show.
I won't be wrong. I'll be 100% correct.
So you think Zion can win an MVP in the next couple of years?
He will not win MVP. I promise.
He can definitely win an MVP, bro.
No,
in a couple of years is crazy, but he can definitely win MVP.
No, he can't.
If he improves, he can win an MVP. Or if they just give it to him because of seeding.
As
a player, he's not.
That's exact. Mars, you hit it right on the money. It's definitely going to be because of seeding. Because I think the last time he was. Yeah, the last time he was healthy, he was 20.
He averaged 27 points, bro.
27.
That's the only thing he does.
But Mark, hold on. He was 27. He was like 27-9 or like 27-10, right?
That's
not. Yeah.
No, he doesn't rebound like that. 27-7.
He's like
27-7, I believe.
If he's 27-7, right, and his team is a high seed,
it's not enough.
I think they're gonna give him.
He's going like 32.
No, but
he's not even the best. He's not even the best player on his own team.
He's not say he averaged that and they the first seed. That's not enough for him to win.
No, they'll give it to Brandon Ingram because Brandon Ingram's better than him. Brandon Ingram's a better player.
You got to think about the other players in the league, bro. You got Luka averaging damn near a 30-point triple-double every year with a good record.
But voters fatigue.
The thing is with Zion.
If Luka wins 2 or 3 MVPs, they're gonna give it to somebody. Zion could be one of those.
By that time, Wembanyama's gonna, there's gonna be the league is so.
Bro, Wembanyama not gonna win an MVP, bro. Chill with Wembanyama, bro.
Yeah, let's pump the brakes.
You gotta chill, bro.
He'll be better than Zion.
You gotta chill with Wembanyama.
Bro, the ceiling for Wembanyama is way higher than Zion's. You're tripping.
No, I'm not saying that the ceiling ain't high, but the problem is he weigh 120.
Bro,
Zion weighs 300.
No, he don't weigh 300 no more. Try again, Mars.
I don't know how much he
Zion-
weighs. He weighs a lot.
Zion-
Like, the point was he weighs a lot. I don't know how much
is
he
that
weighs.
Zion is the more athletic Charles Barkley. He don't really shoot the ball
He's
at
worse than
all.
Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley was crazy
Barkley's a
athletic.
good
too,
mid-range shooter.
Yeah, and
So wait, hold on,
Zion
wait.
is worse than Charles Barkley at every aspect of the game.
I have a question for everybody. Wait, who's the best player on the Pelicans? Mars, you said who?
Brandon Ingram is the
It's
best.
Brandon.
It's Brandon Ingram.
It's Brandon
I'll give it to Brandon Ingram.
Okay, so Brandon Ingram, I think, is their most skilled player.
He's the
on their
best
team.
player. He's the best
Yeah.
player.
But
The
The
best.
most impactful player is Zion.
Huh?
What?
How?
What you mean?
What's-
How?
How's he the most?
Zion
How's he
gets
the
a
most?
Credit,
How's
bro.
he the
This
most
is
impactful?
crazy.
They're a better player with Zion. They're a better team with Zion on the court.
They're also a
they
better
are.
team.
Yeah, they're
playing
also a
with
better
Ingram.
team with Brandon Ingram on the court. That
They're a
doesn't mean-
totally different team with Zion on the court.
Okay,
Yeah,
this is
when
okay,
you
this
add
is
someone
the
like
argument
Zion,
that-
you're going to be a
this is-
different team. That
This
doesn't
is
That
the
makes
same
him
argument,
what?
Mars.
What
That
does
doesn't
that
mean
make
he's more
him,
impactful
Mars?
than Brandon
What does that
Ingram.
make him, Mars?
That makes him impactful. It doesn't mean he's
Mars.
the
It
most
makes him
impactful.
more impactful. That's what that makes him.
So
Than-
what would
than
so what
who?
would that
Not
team look
Brandon
like
Ingram.
without Brandon Ingram?
No, that makes him more impactful than Brandon Ingram.
No,
So
because
this
if
is
you
the
take
same
Brandon Ingram off the team,
Well-
still a different team. That
well, okay, I'll
that
say
means
this:
nothing.
when it
They're
comes to
both
Zion, I would rather have for Zion for 46 minutes on the floor. He's going to be cooking in terms of just getting his 27, being impactful defensive, because he's a lot better defensively now than he was the last time we saw him play.
You saw one game.
But wait,
Yeah,
hey,
I don't know. I don't know about defense.
But those last 2 minutes, I want the ball in McCollum's hand. I want the ball in Ingram's hand because
I don't want it in McCullum's hands to be
Close.
keep the book.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm not
listen,
fan of.
I'm
I'm not
saying,
fan of CJ. but-
they can close. So
Also,
How about you closing?
One more thing about the legs before we continue, bro. LeBron has the worst whistle of any superstar in NBA history. It's
Whistle?
wait,
he don't get
NBA
foul
gets
calls.
Yeah.
well now
Oh
he
my
doesn't.
God.
Now
He
he doesn't.
don't.
Now
No,
he
he,
doesn't.
no. Did y'all watch the Warriors game?
Steph Curry don't get a lot of foul calls either, but nobody.
It's crazy with LeBron. I ain't gonna lie. It's crazy.
Bro, okay, so
It's
last
only
year,
been crazy the
The
last couple of
Clippers
years.
hacked.
Yeah.
They hacked
he's better,
Steph
he's
Curry
better.
last season.
Steph Curry, listen, Steph Curry get fouled so many times on 3-pointers and don't get called.
well,
That's
LeBron,
true.
Yeah, because he always running around,
Yeah.
bro.
Funny thing about that is that LeBron and Curry
Go
are
to the
the only two-
hole.
are like the only
Fuck
two
outta here.
players to have less than 60
Dub, come on now, don't do
average
that.
30.
Nah, I
Foul
hate
is a
that
foul,
shit.
dog.
Nah,
Foul
I
is
hate
a
that
foul,
shit.
dog.
Nah,
Really, he was
you want to run
driving in
around
the
all the
lane.
court? You want to run around all the court so nobody
Foul
can
is a-
touch you? You better take the foul. I don't give a damn.
Foul is a foul,
listen,
At least
dog.
LeBron
listen,
going to the
no,
hole.
Well,
no.
LeBron is fixed. LeBron is fixed.
LeBron
He
goes to
should
the
be
hole
taking
at
foul.
They
Steph Curry
literally
ain't going to
clipped
the
him
hole.
up. Terrence Mann clipped his ass up, and they ain't call shit.
Bro,
He
okay,
should
bro.
get clipped up for how many
Oh
miles he
my
making
God.
everybody run.
LeBron
Come
LeBron
on, man.
had the second most drives to the basket last year and averaged less than 6 free throws.
He also get away with a lot of offensive fouls
No, he
too.
don't. No, it's
Yes,
not
he
the
do.
Shaq
Yes,
situation.
he
He really
do.
don't.
Yes, he do, bro. Yes, he
Okay,
do, bro.
listen, no, listen. Sometimes LeBron.
I've been watching LeBron for a long. I live in Akron, Ohio, bro. He can get away with a lot of that.
Bro, I know you're listening to his contact, but for the amount of times he drives to the hole and the amount of times he gets slapped, bro, he should begin going to. Bro, look at the fouls that Harden gets, and that's all I'm gonna say. Look at the fouls that Harden gets, and look
Because
at the
he's
fouls.
foul
That,
baiting. He's literally grabbing dudes while he's going into the
bro,
lane.
it's
He's
insane, bro. I just wish it was
Foul
consistent.
baiting.
But
That's
you
all I
know
gotta
what?
say.
You know what? Football breakdown. I'm not gonna hold you. LeBron does get away with a lot. We're not gonna act as if I seen that dude travel like 3 times.
Yeah,
Last
I ain't gonna lie.
I
you
also
did.
I also see Jordan Poole do a quadruple step back and never get fucking.
That's
called for
Jordan
that.
Poole, though.
No, Luka. Did y'all see
You're
that
not
travel that
comparing
Luka?
Jordan Poole to LeBron James.
You see the travel that Damian Lee got away with on the game winner?
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my God.
That travel was
He
crazy.
separated that bitch, though.
Luka one was
Yo, I don't know.
Wow.
That travel was
Oh my God.
crazy.
I was mad as hell they lost that too. I was going for the Dallas Mavericks.
No,
bro.
okay, so Mars Dub, actually, everybody here, did y'all see when Christian Wood was just on fire?
Yeah.
Cooking
Yeah, he
it
was
up?
frying. He was
Mars.
frying.
Jason Kidd just took him out the game. That
I
pissed
never
me
doubted
off.
his
Why?
offensive game. I never doubted his offensive game.
His
The
defense
was why I
his
doubted.
defense wasn't
looked
a
solid.
liability.
He
He's
looked
solid.
He
He's
looked
solid.
he was
My whole
good.
thing is that I just think
Out
a
the game.
skill
I'm like,
set
what the
like
hell?
Jalen Brunson is so hard to find. I would not have given that up, bro.
I need y'all to explain to me why the Nuggets look so bad, though.
They have no
It
It
defense.
was
terrible.
one game.
It's
They're
crap.
gonna play the Warriors today.
Dog, I don't give a op, and they're gonna get fried then too.
They might lose, but they'll look bad. They just
defense
So,
is bad.
They had a
Mars,
bad
so
game.
right now, where do you project the Nuggets finishing after this one game.
I mean, I still think they're
They're still going to be the one seed.
I still no one seed.
They're top five.
They're still going to be the one seed.
Mars. I mess with you, man.
They're going to take the regular season seriously. Like
No, they're
Golden
not.
State's going to rest guys.
No,
Denver's
they
gonna
probably
take the season
going to win
seriously.
about 50 games.
Hey, hot take. I think the Pelicans are better than the Nuggets.
That's crazy.
That's not crazy, but
That is
it
crazy.
is kind of crazy. It's kind
The
of
Pelicans for me have more weapons.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, bro.
Listen, I never understood the hype on the Nuggets, bro. They don't have a defense. They don't have a
Exactly.
good defense,
And
bro.
they lost a lot
That
of key
defense
players,
will
too.
figure itself out. It's game
How?
one. Like,
How are they
game
gonna
one.
That's
They
like
have
the
Michael
Lakers.
Porter
Lakers-
and
Lakers-
Jokic
Lakers-
Yeah,
playing at the
MPJ is bad. MPJ is bad.
Jokic
Jokic
is
is
How
good.
did- how
Jokic
did-
is good in the
Murray's
regular
not-
season.
Murray's
In
not
the
good.
regular
average at
season,
best.
Murray's
in the
average
regular
at best.
season, Jokic is good. In the regular season, Jokic is good.
Mars, I feel like you're holding on to this one,
First
bro.
round exit. First round
I
exit.
think the Nuggets will be
He's
good.
standing behind it. He's standing
I
behind
think
it.
the Nuggets will be good.
Mars,
I
you
think
can't
they'll be
fix
Listen,
defense.
yo,
without
Colin
adding
Sexton.
defensive
Let me
dudes.
tell you what
They don't
Colin
have a lot
Sexton
of
did.
good. They have Bruce
Mars.
Brown. They have KCP.
Mars.
Jamal Murray can
Mars.
play.
Look at me.
Healthy. The
Look
rest-
at me.
Aaron Gordon's okay.
Look at me. Colin Sexton said,
Blue
let me
right
torch
past.
let me torch this man real quick.
It's
That's
game
my God.
one.
bro.
It's game one.
Colin
It's
Sexton is a
game
bucket
one.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Colin Sexton's a good
bucket.
player.
Let's be
He's
real.
gonna
They
get
were trying
picked
to
up by a
lose
good
that
team.
game.
Colin Sexton's a good player.
Hey, Lakers need to trade for him.
Utah Jazz.
No, they
Lakers
don't.
need-
They need some shooters. They need to
Lakers
trade for
need to get rid of
Clarkson.
Westbrook, bro. This 0-11 is watching that last night. Watching Pat Bev doing step back threes. I'm like, yo,
No, yeah, that was nasty.
Yo,
that was not, bro. There was some passes that LeBron was making. I'm like, you are ruining highlight plays with these bricks.
At this point, he's just at this point he's just here to break Steve's record.
And they didn't even hit double digits. That's a damn shame.
Hey, let me for everybody in the chat right now, if you guys do want to pull up, get your takes off. I see a lot of people commenting in the chat. Join up. The stream link is being posted on the chat consistently. Join up. We're gonna get a nice rotation of guests on. I would like to ask the whole panel a question though before we rotate the guests. I know the Sixers are 0-2 right now, but what are your main concerns about the Philadelphia Sixers right now?
Embiid's effort.
Facts.
He
No,
ain't
the thing
trying.
is, he's playing so far away from the basket, it's pissing me off. I'm like, if you don't get your ass in the fucking post and because he's playing literally at the top of the key and just settling for jump shots. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, get your big behind in the fucking post.
He's unstoppable inside the three. My biggest concern is it's always something with Embiid and my stomach hurts. This man missed a playoff game because his stomach aches, bro.
That's because he plays hurt. So
Or it's Doc Rivers. Just
That
always
playoff team was hurt a lot.
My whole thing is that the Celtics are
plays
just a
hurt.
better team, bro. Celtics is gonna win the East. There's nothing to talk about.
At this point, I just don't think he's playing hard.
And I love Embiid. He's Cameroonian. I'm Cameroonian. You know what I'm saying? But I can't. I love him, but it's just they don't have enough.
Honestly, I think it's a mentality thing with Embiid. I'm being for real. His mentality it's not Mamba. It's just not.
I think it's a combination. Doc Rivers making investments and Embiid, like you said, him demanding the ball. I saw Shaq
That's what he's not doing. Yeah, that's a fact.
need to be more demanding and stop being on the perimeter so much, and then they need to get him involved early, so he can have a rhythm.
Who comes off the bench for the Sixers? Honestly, I don't even know who the bench rotation is.
They got Montrezl Harrell.
That Montrez.
That's about it. Their bench isn't that deep this
They
year.
got Montrezl
D'Anthony
Harrell,
Melton's been good.
Shake Milton.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Their bench has been really I know last game.
Their bench
was
plays
bad.
good though.
That bench has been
Hey,
bad.
they still got,
Besides
Bench has
D'Anthony
been bad.
Melton, because Montrezl Harrell's done nothing.
Yeah,
But-
Montrezl.
And,
He got that 6 man of the year and just fell off.
And Maxey plays with the second people.
Yeah,
with
he
the
plays.
second,
He's played the 2 games, or he out right now.
He played to close the Bucks game for one possession to play defense, but that was it.
Yeah, because they need defense. They need that.
Daniel House has
I think
business
their
having an NBA contract. But
I don't think their defense has been that bad actually.
No, I
think-
think it's been that bad either.
The
PJ
first game
Tucker's been
was-
playing well.
It was better.
Nah, the first game. Listen, the first game I
the
thought they were playing
transition
really
defense
good.
is bad.
Yeah,
the issue
transition
defensively has been
bad.
James Harden and Embiid, to be honest. Embiid
Nah,
has been
Nah,
defiant.
James Harden's been getting no effort,
7
bro.
in the second half against the Bucks. Yeah, that was nasty. I'm like, yo, what's going on here?
Nah, listen, like
And
I
Tobias
think
Harris leaving Wesley
That's
Matthews
true, too.
didn't help.
I think
but-
the Sixers. I think the Sixers played really good defense last game, especially against the Bucks. Tobias Harris was playing well, apart from that last play. PJ Tucker, James Harden. It's just like he'll have a possession where he plays good defense, then another possession where he's just selling, and it's like
He's
it's
lazy,
weird.
bro. He's the laziest
Yeah.
superstar I've like in the league.
And
He
then the
just-
first game. The first game against the Celtics, I mean, the Celtics was making tough ass shots. Like they were just making shit, and the transition points was ridiculous. So I mean, I don't think the Sixers defense isn't that bad, bro. They just got the short end of the stick against the Celtics.
I don't think that anyone's taking the Celtics to 7. Honestly, this year.
Yeah, I don't think the 76ers.
Yeah, the
well,
Sixers- yeah,
maybe
the Sixers
maybe
beat the
maybe a
Sixers.
healthy.
I mean,
Bucks,
it won't be the Sixers, but there's a couple of teams that can maybe take them to
Bucks in there,
7.
man.
Like whom?
We got to see. You got to see how stuff develops, because the Sixers are also known to have lapses. What's his name? Jason Tatum. He'll take a game off, take a couple games off, have a couple bad games. You know what I mean? So shit can happen.
It's just that their floor is not even that low. Boston is just like, especially with Malcolm Brogdon, it just shifts. It allows Marcus Smart to not have to be on the ball more. You have a guy who can control pace. Like some of those games they lost just because Marcus Smart was turning the ball over too much. Now you have Malcolm Brogdon.
Jason Tatum was selling.
Yeah, but
He always
even
sells,
so,
though.
they
Like,
still
that's the
play.
problem.
You're not going to put it all on Marcus Smart. Jason Tatum was selling.
Oh no, I'm not gonna put it all on Marcus Smart. I'm just saying there's games where it's like a better point guard, even with Jason Tatum not having a good shooting night and going 0 for 10, they could have gotten over the line. I don't see any team being the Celtics in the East.
Well, so I got a question for y'all. Do y'all think that Jason Tatum can be the best player on a championship team?
Yes.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah,
Okay.
they could have won last year.
They could have won last year had he played well.
No, but
Damn,
honestly,
what you got
I was
against
just
Jason
rumors that
Tatum?
he was actually hurt though.
Huh?
At least,
So what
no,
you got against Jason Tatum?
yeah, going into the final. That's why he wasn't as explosive. I think it was either his right leg, or he had like a sprained ankle going into.
Yeah, that sounds like an excuse because he was playing good before that. Yeah, I don't want to hear it.
You really don't like Jason Tatum? Do you not like Jason Tatum, or are you just hard on him?
No, I like Jason Tatum, but I don't want to hear no excuses. If you ain't on the injury report, I don't want to hear it.
All right.
That's fair.
Hey,
respect that.
shout out to Toast to Goat. Like the stream, please. If you watching here, you ain't like the button. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yo, guys, appreciate you guys for joining up. Everybody who's waiting in the waiting room, please have your cameras open. But we're going to keep this rotation of guests, bro. Appreciate you guys for dropping in. Drop your Instagrams or any place to reach you guys in the private chat, please. Appreciate you guys for taking the time, man, for real.
You got me. You got mine. Get me on Gridiron.
Oh, yeah, I do got to get you. I got you. Oh, yeah, you know what? Next week, I got you.
All right, bet.
Be easy, guys. Then we had a super chat on the way from Tommy0612. I know no one's going to talk about this guy, but I love Anthony Simons this year for most improved player. It's not ridiculous. I think
I like Anthony Simons as well.
Hey,
Anthony
bro.
Simons.
I don't think the Trailblazers will be good enough for that award.
Do you have to be a good team to have someone win most improved?
No, but I think it's gonna be better players on better teams. You know what I mean? That will qualify a little bit more.
Nigger.
Good job, Morris.
Usually, like the most improved player is like a first time All-Star. The team like makes the playoffs. Usually, like
Yeah, Jalen Green's about to win it. Don't worry, Jalen Green's about to win it.
They set a bad precedent of most improved player when they gave it to Ja Morant. He should never been considered for that award.
I think he improved too much, and that's why it looks bad.
I don't consider that he's supposed to improve. This is like he was top draft pick.
I mean, I guess.
If you still improved more than everyone else, I mean,
yeah. He improved.
Did he improve more than Desmond
No,
Bain?
I don't think he deserved it, but I don't think just because you're a top draft pick, you shouldn't win it.
My pick is
if you improve.
My pick is Tyrese Maxey. I think I got Maxey this year. I think he may be like a first time All-Star, and he could win it.
It's too tough to be a first time All-Star in that East. It's too tough to be an All-Star anywhere. It's
gonna be there might not be no first time All-Stars this year.
Possibly. I mean, I like Anthony Edwards.
The only one I can
too.
name is Anthony.
Yeah,
Edwards.
Anthony Edwards could be a first
That's the only one I can think about.
Yeah,
that's my favorite player in the league. I got him as the best shooting guard in the league.
Yeah.
That's all biased. But Doug,
best shooting guard in the league.
Man,
He said it's biased.
It's biased. It's
Oh, okay.
straight bias. Ain't got no logic behind it or nothing.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Duh, this Kareem talk.
I knew it was Kareem.
Man, come on, man.
What's going on?
Have you watched
Enlighten
him
me.
play?
Yeah,
I
I have.
understand that who all he played with, but what does your eye test tell you?
I seen a
Like
lot
my
of this.
eye test tell me that it ain't too many better than him.
I see a lot of this. That's
And
all
you
I
ain't
see.
seen it since. You haven't seen it since.
Yeah, because
no one wants
knows,
to do
Because
it.
you
No
need-
one
nobody
wants
wants to do that. It's ugly.
I mean, hey, Dub, I
If you
feel
can
what
do-
you're saying on the Kareem thing, but you cannot argue with the production.
Yeah,
So-
you can't argue with it.
So this is my point, and I guess I'm gonna reiterate it. I think that Kareem's a top 10 player. Like I don't think he's trash. I think what he did in his time was amazing.
Mhm.
What in the context in which I speak in, I think he's a little bit overvalued because I don't think he belongs in the conversation for greatest of all time. He played great in his own time. I 100% understand that. When I look at the other basketball players in the world in the NBA history, it's hard for me to undeniably put him in my top 5 or top 3, for instance, because we all have to understand. Like, think about it like this, and this is a point that I forgot to say. Like a lot of the guys in the top 10 right now, and the NBA history, top 10, top 15, they were battling against guys in their prime at the same time. You know, Kobe, LeBron, Stephen Curry, KD, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan. Like they were really battling against guys in that top
Don't put
10
Michael
realm.
Jordan in there. Michael
Kareem-
Jordan ain't got nobody else in there.
In the 80s, he had Magic Johnson and Larry
Who
Bird.
was
And
getting
then
his
the
ass
90s,
whooped.
he dominated. 90s he dominated. I'll give you that.
Well, no,
Uh,
yeah.
And then wait, Shaquille O'Neal came in 93. That doesn't count.
He's a big. You know what I'm saying?
But
He's
that's a top 10 guy he was battling against as well.
He
Kareem
wasn't directly
Abdul-Jabbar,
battling against
Ka-
him.
Kareem
He was
Abdul-Jabbar,
battling Clyde Drexler, from what
Kareem,
I've seen on the
yeah,
last
you're
dance.
right. You're right about that. But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the 70s, he had Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain exiting their prime. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird came in when he was exiting his prime. So he was dominating a league where there was really nobody else to challenge him for that best player in the world. He had Dr. J playing in the ABA for a short time and Moses Malone. So when you put it in a context like that, you can sit here and understand like Kareem Abdul top 3. I just think it's just a little bit of a stretch.
To me,
I
I don't
honestly,
even like the ranked players that I didn't see play, but I not did my history on the game, and like I can go watch Kareem games and be locked into him, watching him play. So for me, it's like just watching the eye test. I'm like, yeah, this is one of the greatest. He top 3.
yeah,
I forgot about
I,
Hakeem Olajuwon. He
I
did
say
play with
I
Jordan.
second that exact point. Like, I hear arguments for, and like I can agree with arguments for Kareem being the GOAT, him being top 3, and him just being top 10. But like my man said right there, I don't rank players I didn't see. Like when like somebody asks me, they'll be like, who your top 5, and I don't say Michael Jordan. Like I don't have Michael Jordan in my top 5. They think I'm crazy. But it's not just because I don't think Michael Jordan great. I just don't rank players I didn't see because it's a little complicated. Like when I wasn't able to experience the greatness, and like just rules are different,
Yeah.
play styles are different, different things of that nature. But like, I mean, I was born in like '98, and I started watching basketball maybe around 2000, 2001 when I can really comprehend the game. So Michael Jordan, he just never somebody that I grew up watching, and somebody
I
that
got
I didn't
You
see.
saw
So
Wizards MJ. You saw Wizards MJ.
I got
Come on,
Mike in my top 5 off respect.
come on, man.
I got Mike at number 3 in my top 5 off respect. I ain't
Michael
get to see him
Jordan.
play. Yeah,
Who's your
it's just
top?
off respect.
How old are you?
For me, I'm 28.
Oh, 28.
What's that?
Yeah.
My
994.
94, yeah, 94 I was born.
But
my-
I think we're so like in our generation, we just have so much access to the internet now. Like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah,
lie,
but it ain't the same vibe as watching what you
I feel
watching
you.
today
I feel
Definitely
live
not.
and all
I,
that. You
and
don't
I,
get that. That's
I
what I'm
can
saying. Like
under-
when I was watching Kareem play, I had that vibe though. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm
So
saying? That's why.
the part of my journey of watching basketball, I played NBA 2K a lot, and I played All Star Team Up. You know All Star Team Up?
Yeah.
Guys
I'm
ever
in the
played
All-Star
that?
Team
Uh-huh.
League last
This
year.
is fire. This is
Yeah,
fire.
it
Yeah,
is.
So
yeah.
Mm.
I played that a lot, and I would see all of these old guys, and like, yo, these guys is really crazy. So what I did was I looked back and looked at the accolades, look at all the stats that they produced, uh, went back and watched some games and see how they played, and that's what really like. That's why I say like in our time, I think it's so easier for us to go back and watch some games and really try our best to learn from the past, especially through the eye test. So that's why I think like people in our age specifically, I think we're probably one of the few people who has a right to sit here and be like, have some takes of some of these older guys because we have so much
True.
access right now,
That's, yeah.
And I did take, I'm not going to sit here and say I did take the time out of my day to sit here and watch some of these guys. But the main thing I really have a problem with was the 50s and 60s. I just can't fucking watch it.
Yeah.
I can't watch it. That's
I
why
can't watch that at all.
I don't rank
I
them.
rather go watch my Paul League basketball with my little nephew and watch that.
I can't rank. I don't rank them in any of my lists because it's like, bro, I can't sit here and watch a full fucking game, bro. I just can't. It's ass. It's so ass to me.
Yeah, I completely understand that part, Marsden. Like if somebody say Michael Jordan the GOAT, like I'm not just gonna just argue like no, he's not the GOAT.
Yeah,
or something,
that's
something
your
like
opinion.
That. But,
you got it.
Yeah, but it's just little things that make the debate hard for me. Like for instance, just the simple fact that Mike played in like a handshaking era and that's gone now, and the fact that he was able to operate 1v1 without any like zone or no help, like consistent help defense. There's different things like that. I'm not saying Mike wouldn't thrive in this era, but I believe that other players like Kobe or LeBron maybe would have been more efficient in that era, and that kind of just makes the debate more complicated. So I kind of just separate the two in a way.
My granddaddy told me this. When he looked on the court today, he see four or five Michael Jordans on the court athletically. Back then, he was the only one that was.
Yeah, I mean,
athletic.
and a big reason for that is that Mike inspired that. Like Mike inspired this new generation of wings and guys who are. I wouldn't say Mike is the 3-level scorer, but just somebody who operates, wherever, whenever, and a freak at the rim and just a two-way player. Like he inspired the Paul Georges, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, the D Wades, the long wing players who are athletic and do all these different things. So that's why you see players coming up and the competition being crazy now, whereas it wasn't as elite back then. Like you didn't see multiple Michael Jordans back then. Now you're seeing so many of them.
Yeah, that's something I won't deny. I think the skill set definitely improved, especially from the 90s. There wasn't really a lot of strong guard play. It was really a big man league, even though Michael Jordan was dominating that. Super chat from North Philly Trey. Healthy Bucks team is beating the Celtics. Another super chat from Eric Dupree. Y'all talk a lot in the chat.
I got him the book. Oh, I'm like.
Real quick, I just want to vent for just like 1 minute. I really want Rob Pelinka to be investigated. Like I cannot. Like I look at every top 10 player right now in the league. They have everything set up for them, with maybe the exception of Luka. This maybe just because he's young, but everything's set up for them to make the finals and succeed. How on God green earth do you not put shooters around LeBron James? That's the blueprint right there.
Imagine that team with Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. Oh my God!
You give LeBron shooters, you give him just some defenders, and you're a competitive team. You're a championship contender. Why? And I can't get mad at Russell Westbrook and Pat Beverly, like those guys. They got them sitting in the dunker spot, sitting for three. Like that's not what they do. Like I can't just fry them every single. Oh no, he can't shoot. He's not supposed to be able to shoot. Like you have to get the right guys, and I don't understand this dude. He has to be investigated because something is going on. He's trying to sabotage LeBron James, and I'm not here for it.
I don't think that's the case. I think what they did was it's just it's a common case of you try to overload with star talent. You got your best player in LeBron James shopping to get Russell Westbrook as well. He does what he's supposed to do, and then they realize it's a mistake, and he's trying to pick up the pieces. I can't really blame Rob Pelinka for that. He did what everybody wanted him to do. LeBron wanted Russ.
LeBron wanted the guy too.
LeBron wanted DeMar.
Let's add some context to that because LeBron wanted many other guys before Russ was the last option, and we see Russ didn't work.
But who could they have gotten? They tried. They tried to get everybody else. Who could they have gotten?
Respectfully,
they stopped the Buddy Hield deal, and then they got Russ. But they could have had Buddy Hield. He stopped it, and then they got Russ. It was done.
Do you think that LeBron James wanted Buddy Hield over Russell Westbrook?
I mean, y'all just said he
was.
At this
That
point,
sounds
hell yeah.
I don't think
At
so.
this point,
Maybe now. I don't think at the time.
yeah.
Russell Westbrook. I don't think he was picking Russell Westbrook over Buddy Hield.
I mean,
Earlier,
You
it probably
you
would've been
remember you
easy.
remember the tweet LeBron put out before the start of last season. He was high on this team working out. He said everyone keep the same energy because he thought it was going to work and he was going to prove us all wrong. That tweet got deleted, but he believed it.
I think the roster was better last year than it is this year if they was healthy.
I like the defense they playing.
I think this roster can be competitive, but I don't think because I'm a Lakers fan. I don't think we're a championship contender, and I don't like it.
Can play a traditional middle school 2-3 zone on the Lakers right now and win. You ain't even got to rotate.
Yeah, and it makes it harder for
zone to beat them right now.
It makes it harder for LeBron and AD to get to the rim and get in their rhythm and be efficient when they're being crowded and you have literally no shooting on the outside. Like Westbrook was 0 for 11 yesterday.
I just hate how everyone's saying, "Oh yeah, Rob Pelinka did this. Rob Pelinka's so bad." When Rob Pelinka was doing what a GM's supposed to do, he's supposed to listen to LeBron James, listen to the star players, get this superstar talent, and now he got himself. He shot the Lakers team shot themselves in the foot because now there's no shooting and no defense, and now Rob Pelinka and the Lakers
messed up.
They trying to pick up
when
the
they broke up the
bro.
championship team.
I think
when
so
they broke
too.
up the championship, he messed up then.
Yeah.
How much blame you really gonna put on Rob? I can understand you give him some blame, but LeBron James
80% of the blame on Rob Pelinka.
Come on, LeBron James was a big part of that.
I know LeBron has to say so because he's a star.
Letting Alex Caruso go.
But Rob Pelinka has the final say so. He's the GM. He got to put his foot down. That don't make sense. Like I know LeBron wanted Dame. LeBron wanted Debo. I'm sure Russ was maybe his last resort. I mean, I'm sure he was fine with Russ, but respectfully, F them picks, bro. You're not gonna find another.
You might not even be here in 2028. Rob Pelinka, fuck them picks.
Bro, I don't care if it's a 2040.
Let's be realistic. What you got, Nose? My bad, Nose. Go ahead.
To a lot of other people too. Like it's not just Rob. He got to answer the Genie Bus, and you got the Rambus.
Phil Jackson.
It's definitely a hot.
Genie's fault.
What did you say, Nose?
Genie Bus got the last say.
Mm-hmm. And that's that's like there's so many other factors that you have to include: LeBron, Gene Buss, Rob Pelinka. Like that's why I just can't solely put this on one guy. I could say that all of them fucked up by building this team 100%, but I just can't sit here and be calling, "Yo, Rob Pelinka, you did such a terrible job. This is all your fault." Because this is a common LeBron James theme right now. Everybody else gets the fucking blame, but nobody's looking at LeBron James. And he had a big part of this, bro. Come on, man. Come on, you acting like LeBron didn't have a big part of this?
Nah, I agree, though. But if you look at the past, anytime like LeBron kind of had influence and constructed a team, it was built like around him. It was built around him. Now this whole Russell Westbrook and signing 5 point guards, like that's crazy. Like I'm in the offseason. The only reason I was optimistic is because when we signed all these point guards, I'm thinking, okay, we had a trade in place for Westbrook to bring in maybe Bogdanovich, maybe Beasley, and these other guys. But like I don't know. But I'm gonna still be patient because this report came out that they're trying to wait and do all these other things.
I ain't got no patience left. I'm a Timberwolves fan now. Bron, I'm just taking Bron for what he worth now. Once he get that scoring title, it is what it is. I ain't got no expectations for them no more.
Yeah,
it's just gonna lead to disappointment.
Does anybody has anything else to say about the NBA season so far other than the Lakers?
I just wanted to say is gonna look. I get talk about, but
Nose. I know you're saying a lot, but your audio is cutting in and out. If you could just fix that real quick, I'd love to hear what you got to say. I appreciate.
I think Steve Nash needs to be fired. First off, 100%. Next week, he needs to be fired. Doc Rivers, I'm not liking what I'm seeing out of them in Philly. It's just a lot of pick and fade, no plays being called, no motions being run. I'm tired of watching the NBA where it's straight pick and roll. I'm not even a Warriors fan, but I have to watch every one of their games because it's just beautiful basketball.
Yeah, the Warriors play beautifully.
It's like
And
they got 12 players that you can interchange, and the reason why you can interchange them is because they playing basketball. They're not out there playing find a mismatch and let's try to win that way.
yeah,
I'm tired of watching that ball.
yeah, and with Philly, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm worried. Embiid usually starts the season off like kind of slow and behind. I'm kind of like optimistic on Philly in a way because it's good that we see James Harden is back at least for 2 games. He's taking mid ranges like Dub said. I was
He
shocked.
start the year off hot every year though. James Harden, go look all his recent
Not
years.
last year. He wasn't.
Started the year off hot. He started off hot.
Well, I mean, he
dropped
looks
30 like
but
he dropped 30 like the first 2 games of every year.
but not just the scoring though, just the way he
His
looks.
body and all that looks right.
His
He looks
body,
back in
he's
basketball
kind of
condition, all that.
He just
he's beating his defenders off the dribble, and he's taking mid ranges. Like I can't remember last time I seen him take so many mid ranges in the 2 games.
Some tough mid ranges too. Like,
and I wish he passed it to Maxey when Maxey was open yesterday, but other than that, he played a great game.
They need to run more plays for Maxey, in my opinion. He needs a bigger role. He gotta have the ball more. I'm saying if James Harden in the game, he can play our ball, so I don't even know he just go stand there half court and don't do nothing. But Maxey needs to be able to cook when it's time for him to cook.
I feel you on that, my guys. Hey, Zay in the clutch, King J, how you guys doing? Desto, Mad Max,
doing good.
Desto, I got your IG. Mad Max, drop yours, bro.
Hey, get me on that college football show, man.
Cool.
Oh, I got you for sure. Drop your IG in the chat, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, bro. Y'all be easy, man. Salute.
Yes, sir.
What's good, fellas? What you got for us today?
Good. One last thing I wanted to say about the Lakers is I hate how everyone's giving all this criticism to Westbrook right now after the game because, I mean, he had a bad offensive game. I'll give him that. But for one, he was looking good on the defensive side. I got to give him that. He was playing defense. He was playing defense like more than last year. Nobody on the Lakers looked like they was playing. But he was playing good. I was watching him get steals, things like that. And then it's like he wants all 3 of the guards on that Lakers team shot bad. I think altogether they shot what, like 2 for 21 or something crazy like that.
But he's the only one who didn't make a shot though. That's what you got to consider.
Patrick Beverly was walking up the court like he was Steph Curry.
Kendrick Nunn was 0 for 7.
Kendrick Nunn shot terrible too. So he's not the only
one.
He's
not a spot-up shooter. That's
the guards on the Lakers.
None of them. The reason why
they got spot-up shooters. Matt Ryan was good, wasn't it?
The reason why it's all on Westbrook because he was the one
that came over
there.
Oh,
yeah. He know about my Matt Ryan love. My bad.
Nah, but what I was saying before was like, I was really interested to see how Denver was going to look. Obviously, with all those guys coming back, and I was disappointed. I mean, I never was really sold on Michael Porter. He hasn't really played basketball consistently since high school, so I'm just really like interested to see how that plays out. Jamal Murray being out for so long, he's going to have to get back into rhythm. I mean, we obviously know Joker can carry a team, but as far as a team with championship aspirations, are we still hoping for the Michael Porter potential? Because he's never actually done anything in the NBA.
We're gonna have to wait until the end of the season because that's when we're gonna figure out when all the teams are really at their best. Not like right now. It's only the
I get that, but what I'm saying is people correct me if I'm wrong, have Denver as a contending team.
They still are.
Michael Porter has done nothing in the NBA. Michael Porter hasn't done anything since he played high school basketball.
That year after the bubble, he looked good.
Yeah, but that was a shot in the glass. That wasn't a long overtime. Like, okay, he's consistently going to do this. So I just can't. I'm not sold on him being good for 2 months and then being out for however long. And then he's 21, 22. He's pretty young, and he has back and neck problems. That don't bode well for nobody.
Oh, yeah.
I mean that's true, but you can go that with any other player. Like you can do that with any other player.
I mean that for every player. Back problems don't work out for anybody. And then being a young dude with back problems, that's a short career.
I mean,
that I agree.
To me, you got to work yourself back into playing. I mean, when you coming off a back injury, you have to work yourself back into rhythm to playing a real game, not preseason where you're playing your 15 minutes. I mean, and Jamal Murray just came back. Like, they still have to mesh together to get the chemistry right. Jamal Murray, before he went out, they was going on a good little run before that. to me personally, that year when he went out and they played the Suns, if they had him, they would have beat the Suns. That was the only thing that was stopping them from advancing. So now with them coming back, getting the chemistry together, yeah, they're still a contender because they have a 2-time back MVP. The defense needs a little work, which really you just really count on availability. That's all you really count on with this team is availability.
But that goes back to my point. Michael Porter's availability is shoddy. He hasn't really played consistent amount of basketball since high school.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but the Nuggets knew what type of chance they were taking when they took him in a lottery pick. They knew that, all right, he's having back problems. He played, like 6 games in college? So they knew this going into the season. Yeah. So really, they're banking on trying to make this team. They're trying to compete now, not later, now.
So my point, going back to my original point, so are they actually a contender? Because we still don't know what he is.
You have to, you have to see Michael Porter last
year. So
year.
you know what Michael Porter is already?
No. Listen, you have to consider last year they were a 6th seed with just Nikola Jokic, with Monte Morris, and who else?
Aaron Gordon and all them.
Aaron Gordon, but Aaron Gordon was not efficient last year.
Michael Porter Jr. They just last time they all played together, they were a 3 seed. So just imagine with that same team coming with better defense and with your 2 important players on your team. I mean, you can only go somewhere but up. I mean, this first game, they lost to the Jazz, but look at how they were playing. They were playing like they haven't played together.
No, listen, I'm sold on Jamal Murray. You ain't gotta. I'm not knocking Jamal Murray. I know that was like Jamal Murray was ascending when everything happened with him tearing the ACL. But the Michael Porter thing, I gotta keep going back to that. Again, I know Michael Porter is absolutely dead nice, but for a long term, a playoff run, you need all 3 of them. You're not doing it with just 2 of them. You're gonna need all 3 of them.
That's where coaching has to come in, to where I don't like it, but you gotta start to load manage players like him.
Oh, you
have to, because you want him to be healthy going into a playoff series. Because I'm pretty sure you don't want to go into the Warriors series unhealthy again.
No,
you don't want to go into a Clippers series unhealthy
again. That's true.
With things like this, you have to be able to manage your players, and that's where coaching comes in. Like, coaching is heavily important because you want your players to be available and healthy during them playoff runs. Like, people scrutinize Kawhi for sitting down, but look at it in the long run. I'm going to have him during the playoffs. God forbid anything happens again. He tears his ACL again. But I'm going to have my best player in the playoffs that's going to lead me to contend for a championship. So that's
He'll be healthy. He'll be healthy.
Like,
but that's night and day with those 2 guys. Michael Porter is he's still in the unknown. Like, is he really going to be worth the money he just got? Because he got paid. Is he going to?
You can say that about Zion too. You can say that about Zion too.
But we've seen Zion
but when Zion
over a good amount of time. Like Zion was getting 28 a game.
But
I don't
think
when
Zion
has
comes back,
played
he's going to
28
average
games
like
in a
28.
year
Yes,
yet.
like you said, we know he's going to average 28 a game.
So that's
but for how long?
Yeah,
Zion,
facts, all facts. But you're king. So my point being, how are they a contender and Michael Porter is still in the unknown? We don't know. Like, he has all the game, he has everything. I'm not saying anything about his game.
As long as they have that guy named the Joker at the center, that will forever be a contender to me because of the gravity that he pulls to make his team better.
Yeah, being a contender and actually having a chance to win it are 2 completely different things. If Michael Porter is the Michael Porter we think he can be, they can win titles. If he's not the Michael Porter that we think he can be, that's a little shoddy at that point.
All right, I get what you're saying.
That's all I'm not knocking Michael Porter as a basketball player,
I know.
But being 22, 21, however old he is, with back and neck problems is some scary shit.
And to go
Michael
off of
Porter's
what you
24.
said, to go off of what you said, bro, you said, as long as Joke is there, they're a contender. I disagree. I mean, there's a handful of times where we have guys like Damian Lillard. We never seen Portland they've seen them as a good playoff team, but not really a contender. Not a team that could win a chip.
I mean,
that's how I look at the Denver Nuggets. I think they're a really good team. They won't win a chip,
and Denver, Portland is kind of, to me, trending in. They're kind of rebuilding, but they don't want to move off Dame. Like, Dame is so loyal to Portland, but at the same time, they want to keep him happy. Because I saw a report where he was talking to LeBron and AD, and they were asking him, he was like, I don't know what they're doing. So if your star player doesn't know what you're doing, that kind of like puts doubt in his mind. Like, do they really want to keep me? Like, are they rebuilding? Do they want to keep me? Are they gonna build a team around me? Because forever it's been like with Dame, they just haven't figured out what they're gonna do with him. And it was always, are they gonna trade CJ or are they gonna trade Dame? And to me, I wanted them to trade Dame because I feel like in a better situation, not ring chasing, but he can actually be a contender on a better team.
You know what Portland and Damian Lillard's relationship like? It's like you and your girl, y'all got things going so well for each other. Y'all treat each other right, but it's like there's no you can't expand upon it. You feel me? This is the best we'll ever be, and will never be anything more than that. And that's what Portland and Damian Lillard is. They treat each other perfectly fine, but they'll never be more than what they are, which is just a good, okay relationship. It's not the perfect one.
And not for nothing, I think Dame is good with that. I don't think Dame is the he's set up to ring chase. Because in all honesty, is any team going to win with Dame as their number one guy? Probably not. Dame's probably going to need to be the second guy to be a title winning team. Yeah. But I honestly don't see him wanting to leave Portland. Like, he's going to go down and in Portland history he's going to be the martyr of Portland. Like, he's not going to leave. He's not going to win the chip as the number one. He has to be a number two if he wants to get to that point in his career. But I don't really get the vibe that he really, that's on the top of his list is winning the title. I think loyalty is over that. Like, I
just don't think he cares. I don't think he cares about a ring. He doesn't really care about winning rings.
That's
I don't
on
think he does.
the top of his list.
No. You know what? No. Let's not do that. Let's not disrespect my guy like that.
No, that's spitting. That's spitting.
Let's not spit it, bro. Let's not.
He's had opportunities to get out. Wasn't they talking about him getting to Boston at one point last year?
I get what you mean, but sometimes I'll say it like this. Don't say I don't think he cares about getting a ring. I think
that might be extreme.
Yeah, I think he really does care about getting a ring, but he wants to get it the hard way.
He wants to get his way.
He wants to go to the grind.
That's what I meant. Like, I think he wants to get it as by himself. Like, I think there's a report after Giannis won the championship. Dame was just looking at him like, "Oh, I want to stay in Portland."
That's never happened.
He can't make it happen in Portland. Look at the West.
The West Dame win as a number one, that means there was a lot of injuries that year.
Oh yeah, a lot.
It would have to be the way that Giannis got his ring. It would have to be.
I feel you on the how. Like, I don't think it's gonna happen either. But I can't just say he don't care about winning a ring. I think he really does. He just wants to do it. He wants to do it his way. He just wants to do it his way.
Let me refute that. What I meant is that he wants to win it the hard way. That's what I meant. Like, that's what I meant. Not to refute that he doesn't want to win a ring.
The hard way, winning how Giannis won. But how are you gonna do it with nobody to compliment you on besides you? I mean,
nobody wants to go to Portland.
Yeah, nobody.
That's what I'm saying. So if nobody wants to come to Portland and you want to win, and I don't care loyalty, none of that. You want to win. That's the thing. Always about winning. No matter how you win, you just want to win. So I'm not saying go ring chase. I'm just saying get on a team that they're missing a piece, and when you get on there, they're contenders. Like,
what did he sign? Did he just sign 2 years, extra years?
See, I didn't like him doing that.
But that's what kind of gives me that to the point where he's just comfortable where he's at. Like, if he really was like, all right, let me go get on the.
It's like Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal's comfortable where he is.
I mean,
let him be loyal to his girl.
What's he gaining now? He's already got it all. He's already got it all from the girl. He's just not getting the ring from her.
Let him be with his girl. You feel me?
They ain't get it. They ain't getting married.
He Big Sean and Janae Aiko right now. You feel me? They ain't getting the ring, but they successful.
Big Sean and Janae get cut off every now and then, though.
No fiance, no reception, no election.
I need some.
None of that.
I mean, I like Dame. Dame is one of my favorite point guards, and I just want to see him in a spot that he's never. The farthest he got was the Western Conference Finals, and they got swept. So it's like I want to see him in a better position to where he can contend and get to the finals. You know, get that experience in the finals. So if they do lose, he knows like what it takes to get there.
Yeah, but how is he going to get there with the team he has right now? because they're not getting there.
I'm not saying.
Yeah, it's
I'm
just no
saying
way.
I
on a
don't even
different
think when
team.
he was with CJ, he couldn't get there neither. That's why I had a problem with them two the whole time.
That team was too bad.
If Dame
That's
could
why I
play,
was saying
if
one of
Dame
them
could play
had to
defense,
move, and
But
I would rather it had been Dame.
But
Like,
Dame
look,
don't want to
that
go. I'm sure you know
yeah,
they
Dame.
went and had that conversation like, yo, where you want to go?
Exactly.
Do you want to go? And he like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, he's
CJ
probably
left.
like, I'm staying
You know
here.
they asked him because remember, right after
all right,
CJ
let
got
me ask y'all
traded,
this.
that's
Let
when
me
he
ask y'all
re-upped for
this.
2 years.
Let me ask y'all this. If CJ wasn't to go to the Pelicans and Dame was, would you rank them a better contender than they are now with
Say
Dame
that
than
one more
CJ?
time.
Wait,
If
say that
Dame
again.
was to go to the Pelicans and CJ was to stay with the Trailblazers, would you rather them a higher contender than they are now?
The Pelicans?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, for
That's a
sure.
question.
That's
Not a
For
what I'm
sure.
saying.
Of course.
That's
When
not
you're
a
with
question.
a
Sure.
team that makes you that
That's it.
team with Dame
For
would be
sure.
so much better than with CJ, and you're
But
contending.
if the
You don't
Pelicans kept
even, you don't,
Lonzo,
I
I
don't think
think that team
anybody
with
would
CJ
argue with
better.
that.
But
But
No, they
it goes
did
back
better.
to the
They
point
did
of
better.
Dame wants to stay in Portland.
That's what I hate for him. I hate that he has a good heart like that because I want to see Dame succeed. Like that's the thing. Like Dame,
no,
he
for
got a
real.
good heart, but it's like you want to win. Like I be watching KG and Paul Pierce. Like KG talks about Dame literally all the time. Like, bro, you need to get out of Portland. Like it's not doing nothing for you and
But
for your
low key,
career.
Agreed.
Yo, bringing up KG is a perfect example. He was so loyal to Minnesota. Didn't want to leave. As soon as he got out of Minnesota, it was up.
Yep.
Shit, baby.
Like, look how much.
I mean,
better
I
And
can
he
see
still loved
Dame.
in Minnesota as well.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
he wanted to go. He just don't fuck with the ownership or the management in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Because remember, he went back after he left Brooklyn. He was
Oh
working
no,
with
the
Cat.
Nah, they were
Timberwolves.
terrible.
Yeah.
No, they were terrible. They were always
No,
terrible.
that was terrible. But he
They
went
were
back for
trash.
He
sure.
went
Like
back
he
to
was
like
still
help
cool.
Cat. Because remember, he
Yeah.
went back for like a year to help Cat work on his shit, and then him and like management fell out, ownership. I can't remember which one. And then he was like, "Yeah, I'm out," because he wanted to buy into the T-Wolves, if I'm not mistaken.
It was the owner. It was the owner that
It was
did
the owner.
that. He
Yeah,
was
I
having
was gonna
problems
say
with.
he wanted to buy into this. He wanted partial ownership of
Bro,
that
it was
team.
Cat. Let's not lie. It was Cat. Anyway,
No,
we
it
got
was also the
Jamal.
owner. I watched the video on it. It was
No,
the owner as well.
it was. I'm just trolling. But Jamal
Oh, my
Williams.
bad, my
with
bad.
a- you good. Jamal Williams with a super chat. Are we gonna overreact when the Nuggets go 0-2?
No.
On top of that, another super chat. Damn Mars, you ain't saying nothing. Chime in, my guy. So Mars, he's sending $20. You got to start talking, bro. What about
Yeah,
your
there you
Nuggets?
go.
You worried about them when they go 0-2?
Who are they playing?
No, because that means the Warriors will be 2-0. I'll be cool.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit that
But I did want to
I
say
mean-
something actually, but it's completely off topic. It goes back to the LeBron thing, but it's not really about LeBron. It's about we're giving LeBron the pass because obviously the team has no shooters, and we know that that's not optimized for LeBron. But when KD was in OKC and he had no floor spacing, it was just what can KD do to win you guys a title, and that he's not getting it done. But when it's LeBron,
killed him about it.
you give him the pass and say he has no spacing.
Mars,
I
just
feel
think-
what you're saying.
I just think that's a bit
I
unfair.
feel what you're
I just
saying.
think that's a bit unfair.
I feel what you're saying, but
Mars with the 16.
LeBron is more liked than KD.
That's a fact.
When I say that,
Yeah.
I mean the people try to scrutinize KD for going to the Warriors. Like, look at it. Watch TNT. Watch the crew. Watch what Charles Barkley always says. You're a bus rider. You did this. You was riding the bus. Like, nobody wants to give KD his flowers for what he did before he went to the Warriors. And people hate him for going to the Warriors, making them such a juggernaut. But LeBron, you see, like, he's a liked person. Like, you talk to anybody that knows LeBron, like, LeBron is this. LeBron is great. Oh, LeBron, he couldn't do this because he didn't have any shooters. Oh, LeBron couldn't do this because he was too young. Like, golly, how many damn excuses you gonna get this guy?
Man,
I mean, he's great.
That's true,
LeBron
that's
is
true.
great. But sometimes you have to look at the person. You have to look at that person and be like, all right, we did what you wanted. Now bring us what we want.
Bro,
we brought in Westbrook when you wanted Westbrook.
It's a business.
Like,
LeBron is the business. He's the face of the league. You can't do that. You can't tear down your face. So they got to make sure the face is always nice and clean.
If it was Jordan,
Oh yeah.
Everything is clean. They can't tear
Gotta
the
clean him
can't
up.
tear
and
the
then
face
not even
down.
that. Look how much shit KD get in on Twitter. Like when he be trolling his fans. Like look
He
how much
low-key
shit
do
he
too
says.
much.
Like people don't like him for that because he made a burner account. So that's why another reason why people like scrutinize KD because of the person
He's an easy
he
target.
is. Yeah,
He's an easy target.
They call because he's too sensitive. That's really the main
He's an
thing.
easy
He's just
target.
too
I wouldn't say
sensitive.
he's
I
sensitive.
don't think it's
Not
sensitive.
sensitive.
I don't think
It's
it's
not
sensitive
too
to talk to
sensitive.
people who are talking about.
Yeah,
it.
he's not sensitive. He just He just
Who can
doesn't
steal
care
after
about
that
like
either?
the public
This is
view or nothing.
He's just replying. Like,
I'm not
Yeah, he
gonna
don't
lie.
he
I'm
don't
not
care
gonna lie.
about nothing.
I think LeBron gets the same type of hate even to this day. It's just
No,
LeBron
LeBron
doesn't.
gets
Hold on, let me
LeBron
finish.
gets
no, I
hate.
don't
LeBron
see
Let
gets
me
it.
hate.
finish. Let me
LeBron gets
finish.
I
hate.
do
It's
not
just
see it.
LeBron.
I don't
LeBron
know about
doesn't.
that one.
LeBron doesn't broadcast it. He doesn't acknowledge it the way that Kevin Durant does. So us seeing this, oh, we see KD responding to this. We're seeing a lot of the trash talk because KD is giving them a platform because he's responding to it. LeBron James is not giving people that platform, but I think LeBron James gets a ton of fucking
I
hate to
don't.
this
You know,
day.
he
I
gets
don't think he
out. He
does.
gets
People,
People have come
no,
around
Not
about
as
that.
much as
K,
no.
KD.
KD. The
Because it's not
difference is
even
KD gets hate from the
on.
media.
Yeah,
The
it's the
media hates. So you
media.
see it. You see it. You see it.
After a
LeBron gets
Nets
hate
game,
from the
It's just
regular
that Warriors
person.
situation.
oh yeah,
Like
So
if
you
it was
just don't
after a
LeBron
Nets
that
see
beat
it.
the
game is
Warriors,
bad.
Hate from
then
And
you
LeBron.
would have to
LeBron gets
be like,
my
hate for
thing
2
is
years.
what kills me is the media be like, they asked the question. I think they had asked Stephen A. like, who's the most hated player in the NBA? I mean, in sports, they were like LeBron. I'm like,
It's
LeBron?
Kyrie.
Are you serious?
it's more like
Are
trolling.
you
It's
guys
more
talking
trolling.
about? Are you
Yeah,
guys talking about from the fans or the media or
I was
both?
gonna say there's a difference.
Because the
a little
media
bit
loves
of
LeBron, but the fans
Loves him.
hate
The
It's the
yeah.
LeBron.
The
fan.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think
What
it's the
fans are y'all
fans.
seeing?
The
but
fans
the
hate
media
LeBron.
Look
hates
at
There's
Tiki.
KD.
two sides. No, there's two sides. There's two sides. You got the
There's two
LeBron
sides. There's LeBron.
stands who will defend LeBron no matter what, and then you got the
Yeah,
guys who will say LeBron's
the
not top
worst
10.
fans ever are the
Yeah.
LeBron stands. That's the
They'll say,
problem.
"Oh, LeBron
I
is
think
0
that's
10
what
or
it is.
something."
Those are the worst people.
People hate LeBron's fans. They don't hate LeBron. They hate his fans because his fans are terrible.
They bug out sometimes. They be bugging out.
Yeah,
Yes,
look.
they do.
But to be honest, the past two games from the Lakers, I ain't even seen nothing special from LeBron, and no one's been talking about it.
Neither
Like
has.
he
Wasn't it
been
like
playing,
3
he been
games
playing
against
all right.
Boston?
He's
Played
cool.
good
He's
against
all
the
right.
Warriors.
He really
He
played
was
He
alright.
bad
played
both
decent.
games. I
He
mean,
played decent.
his numbers say he played all right, but he really played a
Yeah, but he
bad
didn't.
game
He
in
hasn't
both
been
games.
playing. Yeah, I haven't seen nothing special from
In
him
the first
from the
half
past two
last
games.
night, he was like 3 of 11 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean Lonnie Walker had more shots than him,
What you
Yeah,
got?
which is a whole different. That's a whole different thing.
That's
But
gross.
Conversation, right?
yeah, that's a coach. That's something the coach need to work on. But
And then first year coach, I mean, yeah.
yeah, but I like
Yeah,
what
it's,
Ham's doing for sure. I like what he's doing.
What's he doing?
He's been around.
I
He's not really doing
like
much.
the because last year I think this year he's working more on like I think he's worried more about that defense from last year. That's what
yeah,
he's been worried about.
yeah.
So he's been getting it into their heads like play defense, don't
To say he
foul,
had the board up
contest
all day,
shots.
right? Play
Yeah,
defense. He had to
play defense, contest shots like that. I think that's what he's worried on now, and I think he thinks the offense can kind of turn around.
But what offense?
But
Yeah,
You only
how's that
getting
still,
from
he
offense turning
LeBron
around?
and AD.
LeBron and AD. That's all he's got. So
I
he's gonna
mean,
You
work with
have
what
to
he got.
involve the other
is
guys.
AD out
You got to
after
work
that
with what you
fall?
got.
Is
I
AD out
think
after he fell?
He might miss the next
he.
game because
no,
it's
he
I
came
AD.
back
mean, yeah,
in.
he came back
to
in
play.
that game.
Yeah,
So
he
I mean,
came
he
back
might
in,
miss a
but it's
game.
AD, so I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised if he
you
misses
know,
the
once
next
the
game.
once
Yeah, he
once
might
the
he might
body
come in straight.
relaxes,
I
man.
saw that
Yeah,
damn foul. I was like,
he
yep,
might
another
he might
three.
be
Guys
out
get
for
up.
about a
Please
week
get
or
up.
two. Yeah,
Yo, it's crazy. I'm watching the highlights, and that was the only highlight I seen of him falling.
It was a bad fall to be
he
fair.
wasn't
Yeah,
doing.
it was.
It
It
looked
was.
so bad. It looked
It
really
was
bad. I
kind
was
It
of
like,
looked
scary
bad.
at the same time because you was like, the whole arena was just quiet when he fell, and it was like,
Yeah, because it's
oh
like you got
shit.
hurt again, like
Yeah,
because
anytime
it's
game
AD,
2.
so it's like,
yeah, anytime AD touches the ground, you're gonna go side. Same thing with Embiid. Anytime either one of those guys touch the ground, you're kind of
because they're
panicking.
so injury prone. That's
Hold
why.
your breath.
Oh yeah.
Kawhi Leonard. Hey,
Now,
super chat from Z Dub. Jimmy Two Shoes, hop on the stream, troll. I want to bake barbecue. Those them nasty KD takes. I want you guys to understand. If you have gripes, even with people in the chat, you could definitely get y'all one-on-ones real quick up here. Turn your cameras on. Join the link that we send you. We have 360 people up here. We could definitely take in more people, bro. So if y'all want some one-on-ones, let me know. We will clear the room just for you guys. Jimmy Two Shoes and Z Dub. The link is in the chat. Please pull up. I would love to see this.
I don't know if y'all talked about this, but I was watching the Sixers and the Bucks game, and I was just looking like the Sixers have a lot to work on, and it's to me is on the defensive end, and it's like Giannis didn't even go for his normal numbers, and they still won.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
weird.
like when you're struggling like that to win, I mean struggling like that, and you still lose, that's a problem for me. And PJ Tucker, keep in mind, is 37, 38, your best defender. Are you serious?
It's Embiid. Embiid has been looking. He looks out of shape. Embiid looks out of shape, and he's just not playing defense.
Embiid's not playing. He's not playing the way he was last year towards the
Embiid
end at all.
started the season slow last year as well. People seem to forget that because he ended up being an MVP candidate, but he started the season slow.
Joel's gonna be all right. I ain't worried about Joel.
Yeah, he'll be all right mid-season, but for now, it's gonna.
It's called overreactions for a reason. We're meant to act like the Sixers.
The top two teams in the East, like he just played the Bucks
and
the Celtics. So.
You just played a Bucks team that is depleted also, where you're playing your team which you're fully healthy.
Yeah,
we're not.
Still getting used to each other. PJ Tucker,
So
like you said,
the Bucks, Chris Middleton's out. Pat Connaughton's out.
Pat Connaughton, they were missing players too, not just
Middleton, Pat Connaughton, and
but the way Brook Lopez was playing last night, we were full strength. Get out of here, bro.
They still played the top two teams in the East, understanding
Brook
that
Lopez
some guys
good.
weren't there, some guys were hurt, but they ain't get smashed by the Magic. Now if that was the Magic and the Rockets,
if it was the Magic,
conversation.
All right, this is
Celtics, Bucks. Most teams are going to lose to those teams on back-to-back nights.
But
most teams are going to lose those.
But my thing is really why I'm overreacting to it, because the game was a gimme. Like, you look at it, the game was a gimme. If James Harden getting you back in the game with mid-rangers, which I like to see from James Harden, keep it up. But at the same time, when somebody's giving you a game and you can't capitalize, that's a problem. It's early in the season. I get it, 2 games. But this is a game where you should have been like, all right, we lost to the Celtics, one of the top teams in the NBA. Now we got the Bucks, considerably supposed to come out the East, who are depleted. This is a gimme game for y'all. So to say it's an overreaction, yeah, he started out slow. You can't always start out slow. Sometimes you just got to come out hitting on all cylinders, like let people know, like, I was running up for MVP 2 times in a row, but this year I'm coming back with vengeance. Hopefully we get out the second round. And so you want to make that statement. And these are the games you got to make a statement in.
No, I hear that. JoJo, I think they're going to be fine. I think they're going to
be fine.
My problem isn't even about like the entire game. My problem was towards the end, one of the very last plays when Joel Embiid had the ball, he was about to post up. And then when he threw the ball out of bounds and it hit Maxey hand, but they gave him the ball back. It should have been Bucks ball, but Joel should not have passed the ball like that in the first place.
He can't read those things. Like
Joel's a turnover machine.
He's got a big body. Yeah, and he's a big body. He's a hard center. He's got great footwork. All this. And he doesn't use his body like that. He's not using it. He plays like he's like KD.
That's what separates him and Jokic to me. Because Jokic is gonna take advantage of a situation like that, even if it is Brook Lopez, who's 7 foot. Jokic is gonna see like, all right, if I can take him to the hole, I can get inside, get the foul. With Joel, it's jab step, pull up. Like, that's not always gonna work, man. You're big as shit. Like, you're one of the biggest people in the NBA, and you want to just jab step, pull up. Like,
or at least wait for that help defense to come. I know Giannis was showing
all summer.
At least
he's playing like a guard, and I don't like it.
He's been working with Jason working out with Jason Tatum all summer long. He got to show he got in the bag after the summer, man.
He's a big man. That is a wing doing those moves. That's a big man. And like, I know it's not the old NBA, but get your big ass down there in the post, hit the paint, box you from the basket, lay that bitch in there. Like, the thing. That's the thing that kills me with Joel and with Doc. Like, Doc set him up place to get at the elbow. Like, Doc, you had KG on your team. Do you know what KG was doing on your team when he was in that block right there? He was getting work. So you have a player like him who's dominant in the paint also, and you try to put him at the elbow. You try to put him at the top of the free throw line. No, put him down there where he can get easy buckets to where he's
too. That's Joel Embiid too. He likes that. That's his game.
Yeah.
He likes playing like that too. So that's not just on Doc. That's on
he's
Embiid
just got
as well.
He's got to get
Now,
down
guys
into the
accountable.
post more.
I say
be a
him
little
too.
tougher.
Like, I get you want to win, but
if that's the player's play style, like what can you do? Like that's the way he wants to play. The coach can only do so much. You can't make him change his game.
I'm not saying change your game, but add a few components to your game. Like, what you struggle in, I want to make sure that you're better in. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, Nose, where you from?
Queens, New York.
I heard the accent. I'm like, okay, I see you, bro. That's fine. Hey, we about to get in a new string of guests on real quick. Logan, we gonna keep you on though. But yo, appreciate you guys for dropping in, man. For real, Zay, miss you, my G.
Miss
Be
you too,
easy,
my
love
guy.
the haircut.
For sure.
Yes, sir, bro. Yo, drop your IGs in the chat, please, in the private chat, so that we can reach out to you guys. All right.
All right, bet.
All right,
Appreciate y'all.
brothers.
Appreciate the time, fellas.
Yes, sir. Logan, you good to go, bro. Have your cameras on, please. Some dude, I seen your camera on before. Please turn it on. If not, I'm gonna have to boot you. Sosa was on too. I don't know where he got. What's good, bro? How's everything?
What's going on, fellas?
Chilling. Hey, some dude, can you keep your camera sideways for us, bro? Greatly appreciate that. We had a super chat from Jamal Williams. Imagine if Braun and Steph act like KD on Twitter. That's a fact. Steph got a lot of hate too, bro. He just don't broadcast it like Kevin Durant does, man.
Would we be hating if more players act like that on Twitter? Like, would it be a bad thing?
I wouldn't care, but I think a lot of people would just be bitches about it. I'll just be real. They always find something to complain about.
They earn to talk like that. That's like these are the top 20 players of all time that we are talking about right now. So they can say whatever they want on Twitter, to be honest.
Well, I think just everybody has the right to say whatever they want, regardless of who they is. You know, I just know that there's a lot of annoying people out there. Oh, you're a top 20, top 15 guy. You're one of the best players in the world. You don't have to be talking like this. Like, it's just stuff like that I really just don't care about. You feel me?
The only ones I see what people are talking about, like with John Morant, where he was saying he was going at the fans on Twitter or whatever. He talking the way he was talking last year. But that's probably like the only thing. If you haven't done it yet and you're talking like you did it, yeah, nah, not for me.
I feel you. What's good, fellas? What's good, Sosa? Sosa be talking hot in the chat. I'll be seeing you. Can y'all turn your camera sideways for us? But what's good, Sosa? How's everything with you?
I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't never typed shit in the chat, bro. Why you capping on me?
These lies. These lies.
Bro, oh God. I ain't never typed shit. On my mama, I ain't never typed shit. No,
It might
one
be
day.
somebody. It might be somebody else's
I
name
chop
that
it
I
up
see.
sometimes with Euro, but that's it. Cause he German too. That's the only thing I do.
Okay. Hey, you got any overreaction that for the NBA season that you seen that we haven't
Man,
touched
the
on
Bucks
yet?
winning the chip. That's all. Y'all know it.
Man,
yeah.
The Hawks.
The Bucks? You said the Bucks?
Man, the Bucks. Yes.
I feel you. I'm in Milwaukee right now, but I mean, I don't think we winning it this year, bro.
Hey, the Hawks are top.
I want to, but shit.
Wait. You say you don't think the Bucks? Wait.
I don't think we winning the chip this year. I don't think the Bucks winning the chip this year.
Why not?
Why not though?
It's just, I mean, I know K Mid's out right now, but we look so disjointed. I was watching the Philly game, and I mean, we won by 2 still, but like, and then we didn't have Pat Connaughton and K Mid and shit, but like, I don't know. I don't think Bud's just gonna make playoff adjustments.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, Mars had some take, like, I don't even know I don't know how long it was ago, but like, he was like, if we had Ty Lue, like, we would have went back to back or something. And I fucking agree with that shit. Like, fuck Bud. He saved his job by 2021. So yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah, that nigga
being right again.
Oh yeah, you're definitely right about that. You're right about Bud. There are times you can look at when we won the championship. It was like you see the first series against the Heat when we swept them. It's like you look at that and you're like, that's a championship level coach. And then against Brooklyn, even when Kevin Durant or Kyrie and Harden were out, and you saw it was just Durant alone, and you're just like, how are we like not winning this by a landslide? And then against the first 4 games against the Hawks, right? It's everyone said we were supposed to win that series in 4 or 5 games, but how did that end up being this? It looked like it was going to go to 7 by the end of game 4. Luckily, we won game 5 and 6 when Giannis was out, and then in the finals again, first 2 games.
Get hurt. Game 4.
Yeah, Giannis got hurt game 4. Game 4 was a disaster for them because he got hurt in the middle of game 4 and they lost by 20. And then there was like a lot of speculation that the Hawks might win the series, but they ended up Chris Middleton stepped up and we won game 5 and 6. Then the finals come and we lose game 1 and 2, and it's the same thing. what the hell's Bud doing? What is this? What it's the same thing, giving up open threes. Chris Paul and Devin Booker cooking us, but then 3, 4, 5, and 6. He makes these adjustments. So there are times where he looks like a championship level coach, but then there are also times where you're just dumbfounded and you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing? Sorry, go ahead, bro.
I've not seen a championship coach one game in Bud. I ain't never seen it. Never. Ever. He just go in the game and he just pray, bro. He just pray Giannis do something. That's all he do.
Yeah,
I completely agree with you. Yeah.
Game 6 in the finals. I mean, if Giannis didn't have that 50 piece, we damn near would have fucking lost.
No, you're exactly right. Yeah, I was going to say, like, in Game 6 of finals, I think you look to Game 6 this year against the Boston Celtics. If Giannis puts up 44, we still lose that game. Next game, Giannis can't do anything, and we lose it. Grant Williams shoots, and I know his strategy is give up the open three, and you want the worst 3-point shooters to shoot, but like, and there's this, people have this idea, it'll work, and you can't always shoot the best 3-point percentage in 4 straight games, but it's not like that. I mean, it's really frustrating. And you talked about how he's a non-championship level coach. There was a quote during the 2021 playoffs. He legitimately said, "Let's play random." He legit say, sometimes we just play random. And I'm like, what the fuck is this man thinking?
That is some fucking shit. He's not the best player in the world. Let's just play random. Let's give him the ball at the top of the key and make him do something.
But people forget, like, Bud's job was on the line before they won the title. Like, that year going into it, before they won that title, he was going to get fired. Like, that was so fun. So
yeah, definitely.
The thing about the Bucks with me is I love Jrue Holiday, right? I love him to death. But when the playoffs come around, he can't shoot. He can't score. I don't know what it is. It was when we won the chip, it was like that as well. He was shooting like 30% from the field. I don't know what it is, bro. But that nigga offense, it just get me crying, dog. It's so ass in the playoffs. I don't even know what's wrong with him. It was this year as well and last year. It's been like that since he joined the Bucks. And I don't even know what it is. Because if you watch him in the regular season and in the playoffs, bro, it's ass. I'm not gonna lie. I love him though. We absolutely need him. He's our second best player in my opinion. But like the scoring when it comes in the playoffs, it gets tough. I'm not gonna lie.
Could it be because
it's not to be
the Bucks are asking him to like fucking guard like Kyrie and James Harden and Trae Young and like literally like the best guards and shit?
Your best defense.
I'm not gonna hold y'all. Have y'all just ever considered the fact that the Bucks just aren't that good?
Man, watch out, bro. Watch out.
Why do you keep saying that? You guys have said that a couple times on the show. Why do you guys keep saying that?
No. Sometimes you're kind of right. I mean, let's be honest. If looking at this team right now, the only consistent offensive player is Giannis. Chris Middleton, I've never seen a player swing so much. Sometimes this man's shooting like he's Kobe Bryant, and sometimes I swear this man should belong in the G League. He has playoff performances where he goes 7 of 23, but then he'll also drop 35, 40 bombs. Jrue Holiday, great defensive player. Last night, what did he shoot last night against Philly? 2 of 15, right? And then it's like great defense of personnel in Brook Lopez and Wesley Matthews, Javon Carter, but offensively, it's like outside of Giannis, who's the consistent person who can do it? And then you also look at their personnel when it comes. Bobby Portis, he's great offensively, but defensively, I wouldn't necessarily say so. It's come playoff time, their 3-pointing percentage just falls off a cliff. I mean, Game 7 against Boston, they shot worse from 3 than that playoff game, Houston versus Golden State, where they missed 27 straight threes.
Yeah, I feel you. And when I look at the Bucks team, like I just never understood the praise and the love they got. I mean, I just gotta be realistic, bro. Even when they won the title, they won that title mainly because of injuries. I don't think they was the best team in the league that year. I thought the Brooklyn Nets was a better team. I thought the Los Angeles Clippers was a better team. I thought the Los Angeles Lakers was a better team. And I don't want to sound like a hater, but I just got to say how I personally feel, bro. I mean, I don't think that they was the best team in that year. And they won mainly because everybody else was hurt. So a lot of people, Milwaukee repeat, Milwaukee in 6, all this, all that. I'm just sitting here like, son, let's be real. Like they won because everyone was hurt.
Bro,
let's
you
not
play
act
with
like Chris Middleton, they wouldn't have won this year. and went to the
Right.
finals. Let's not act like they would have swept Miami ass again.
I'm not
telling
gonna
that
hold
right
you.
now.
I'm not gonna hold you. Chris Middleton was having a down year last year, bro. So if you think that he could have swung the game that much, I just disagree. He was
It
playing.
was a game 7.
He's their fourth quarter
I
closer.
understand. I understand it went to game 7, but let's not act as if Chris Middleton was playing like the same Chris Middleton he played with last
Bro,
year.
they had
And the stats
Grayson
could
Allen
prove
playing
that.
starting minutes, dog. Grayson Allen, bro. Stop.
Chris Middleton.
Grayson Allen's still gonna be playing a lot of minutes, even in the postseason.
Not
Yeah,
the ones
sadly.
he was playing against Boston, though.
I hear you, but bro, what you're saying is, of course, he's gonna be an upgrade from Chris Middleton, but I don't think he changes that just doesn't shift the game in their favor, in my opinion. I think Chris Middleton was very inconsistent, more inconsistent last year than he was in years past, and I think that would continue in the playoffs. I think he was hurt for the majority of the time that year, so it's like if he's
Which
playing
year?
like that, I just don't think they make it over the hump still.
So you're saying
So
the
you
Bucks are
think
they do,
frauds.
bro.
That's what
They
you're saying. You're
definitely
saying the
get the
Bucks are
Bucks.
frauds.
I think
So
they I think they might be frauds because a lot of people think that they could repeat, and I just don't see it.
so
They
you
haven't
thinking
been
a
the best team in the league, and
Watch.
man, so you think that a
So
team
what are
without their
the
best
Nets? What are the Nets if the Bucks are frauds?
oh no, the Nets this year. I'm off the Nets this year. Like I do not like the team. I did not like the way they seem. Maybe they could pick things up later on, but the Nets, what I seen, the way they was playing, it was so out of sync. The way they're using Ben Simmons is ass. I'm not gonna hold you. Like the Nets look
Yeah, who
terrible.
do you got coming out the East then?
the way they use Ben
You
Simmons
know,
is ass,
Philly,
but that team is
Philly's coming out the East.
I think Boston, bro. Boston.
Nah,
No,
it's
Philly's
Philly.
not coming out. I have so much Philly slander.
It's Philly. It's
Mark, you
100%
tripping.
Philly.
I think listen,
No, it's
Boston.
not.
I think Boston Celtics, they're maturing as players. You got guys figuring out their roles. They got another year of that championship experience already. Adding a Malcolm Brogdon was crucial for them. That was one of the key pieces that they needed. And sometimes an addition of a role player can put you over the top, bro. I mean, look at Miami Heat. Miami Heat went to the finals with a Jay Crowder. The next year, we didn't have a versatile four who could space the floor out. And look, we got bounced in the first round. Then we had a PJ Tucker.
Yeah.
We took the Boston Celtics to a game 7. Now, I think we're going to struggle this year again. We had Caleb Martin starting at the 4. I do not like that lineup at all. That shit is ass. So sometimes
Caleb Martin cold, though.
sometimes a role player could be the deciding factor if you make or break your team. And I think Malcolm Brogdon, along with the pieces of the Boston Celtics maturing as basketball players, I think it puts them over the top, bro.
I have just a
The thing
question.
is, I feel like the Bucks are gonna make a move before the trade deadline.
You said what?
Yeah, can you say that again?
I feel like the Bucks are gonna make a trade before the trade deadline. I feel like we're gonna get Jordan Clarkson, man.
how?
But
I
who
feel
the
like
fuck
the
are the
Bucks
Bucks
are gonna
gonna
get Jordan
trade
Clarkson at some
to get
point.
Jordan Clarkson?
Jordan
Like, we have
Clarkson
no
for who?
assets, bro.
He's gonna give the Jazz Joe Ingles.
Man, yo, the contract
I feel like, man,
Like we have
good
nothing. I
work.
mean,
Trade Grayson Allen and them boys. They could go. Grayson Allen, George Hill, they'll take that. They good players.
You can give them Jordan Noir. He's young, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
I was thinking
like
that.
Jordan.
Yeah,
they just paid him.
he would have to be included in the package for real.
I was talking about Jordan Clarkson trade. The Bucks are not good. The Sixers are going to the finals, and that's fine.
It's not worth. It's not worth.
Mars, yeah, why do you
bro.
think the
I'm not gonna
Sixers
lie.
going to
It's
the
not worth it.
finals?
Because
Right?
James Harden is
Facts.
clearly 2021 James Harden. Joel Embiid is a top 7 player in the NBA. They have.
I don't get
both of
this
those guys,
Embiid hype.
and-
I can I
What do
just
you
say
mean
something?
Embiid
Like,
hype?
Yeah,
no,
Embiid
like
is
for a guy.
Embiid
who-
is a top 7 player in the NBA. That's not hype.
No,
James Harden could be
I'm
top
just
3.
talking about players who like guys who put him in top 5. Like I love Joel Embiid. I want him to win a championship and all. I love people from Philadelphia, but man, this is a big year for them in my opinion because because in the last couple of seasons they've been a constant second round exit and they've ended in disappointing ways. Like last year against the Heat, the year before that against the Hawks, the year before that against the bubble, it was Celtics and then the Raptors. They haven't made a conference finals appearance yet, and if for Joel Embiid, I think this is the year for him where I'm expecting them to make the conference finals, right? Because like if you look at the teams who've made it, Trae Young's made it, the Hawks, Giannis and the Bucks, Butler and the Heat, the Raptors with Kawhi, like all these different teams have made it, yet the Sixers haven't done anything. And I'll just give you a little fact right now. The Sacramento Kings and the Minnesota Timberwolves have made the conference finals more recently than the Philadelphia 76ers. And like Right, but like, and I think a lot of Philly fans are starting to question like, say what?
No, I think Mark said blame. You mean appreciate? Appreciate Allen Iverson.
Blame Allen Iverson.
What?
Blame him.
You got some
Yeah,
nasty-
blame AI.
Blame AI for what? Making it to the finals? What?
Sosa hates AI.
What are you guys talking about? He made it to the finals.
He's the
That was
biggest
Hashtag
AI
blame AI. That's it.
Yeah, blame Ben
Hashtag blame
Simmons.
AI. Simple.
No, blame AI. He's mid.
He has too. Blame AI
All right.
though.
All right. Before I'm gonna mute my mic after this. I just want to ask Mars a question. Do you think Joel Embiid is healthy enough to last through an entire playoff series, at least until the finals? Because
Yeah, he
12.
get
That's
beat
what
the fuck
12
up.
games. Yeah, he gets injured like every postseason, like in these ticky-tack injuries that like prevent him from being like at least going to his potential, if you get what I mean, right?
I mean, last year he broke his whole face.
I don't expect him to break his face again.
No, I'm not talking about his face. No, yeah, the face he got elbowed in the series against the Raptors by
And the
Pascal
year before,
Siakam.
he tore his meniscus before the playoffs. He just
Right, but
decided
then
to play through it. Like,
yeah.
I just give him credit for playing. I don't blame him for being hurt.
Right, but
And then-
again, like the year you were talking about where he tore his meniscus, he also had a game where he went 0 of 12 from the field in one half. He also had a lot of turnovers in game 6 and 7. I think, and you see it against these two games, against Boston and Milwaukee. There are times where he just doesn't put the effort in, and it's like, it's just like, why? Like, you see these moments where it's like, yo, this is the best center, this is the best player in the league, and there's other times where it's like, why aren't you trying? Why do you look overweight? Why do you look lethargic?
I mean, I don't expect you to be able to go 100% the whole time when you're playing on a torn meniscus. I think that's kind of difficult. I think he played pretty well considering the circumstances. He lost due to he wasn't 100%. We all know that. Ben Simmons was doing whatever Ben Simmons was doing, so they lost that year. Last year he had a broken face. 2020 Ben Simmons was hurt, so he lost in the first round. 2019, I don't think there's an excuse for how bad he was against Toronto, so that's cool. And then 2018, Joel Embiid wasn't even that guy yet. So there's a lot of context. Make context matter again. There's a lot of context behind why Joel Embiid hasn't gone as far in the playoffs as maybe people.
Wasn't Embiid hurt in 2019 as well?
He had that. I think he had that. There was something. He had that stomach thing against the Raptors, but
exactly.
I don't know.
Played bad
I don't
in
know.
that series, though.
Yeah, he was just bad in that series. Marc Gasol had his number, so. But I think there's a lot of context behind Joel Embiid's shortcomings in the playoffs that there's a few things out of his control, which I think people just harp on a bit too much. And that's why they're going to the finals this year if they stay healthy.
Man, they're not staying, and they're not going to the finals.
If they're healthy, they don't lose in the East to anyone. If they get
they
hurt,
lose to Miami second round.
Miami's not making it to the second round.
Not gonna lie, we face Philly. I'm scared.
What do you think happened in this past Bucks Phillies game, Mars? Because the Bucks were not supposed to win that game. Like Philly should have won by like 25.
Had a bad game.
That's true. He was terrible actually.
I know the title says overreactions of the season so far, but I'm not one to overreact upon the first week of the season. Like nothing that happened in the first week is going to prove that whichever team people favor is going to be the best, or whichever team you think is going to be bad is. Like anyone who thinks the Jazz are going to suddenly make the playoffs, no, they're not. Anyone who thinks the Lakers are just going to be the worst team in the NBA, no, they're not. Just relax. It's the first week of the season. Teams aren't even.
Teams aren't
even. Oh my god!
Colin Sexton on a mission. he walked your back-to-back MVP down literally and laid him.
No one cares about him. He's not a defensive player of the year, so who cares? What's an MVP done? He's not a defensive player of the year.
He's ass, bro. We gonna get some.
Yo, I got a question for Doug though.
What's up, bro?
This is not related to the thing, but like, where do you think AI would rank in today's game? Would he be top 10?
I think it'll be top 10 easy, arguably top 5.
There's no argument for top 5, Dub. Stop it. There's no argument for top 5.
Well, this is all Mars. This is all.
There's no argument for top 5.
Oh, can I say my point?
No, because you're gonna make a bad argument. I'm trying to.
It's not a bad argument.
It is.
Let him make his argument.
Listen.
It's a bad argument.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Everyone, when it's a bad argument, just make sure you tell them.
I said this before. I'm gonna say it again. You got a guy who, in today's day, this is perfectly beneficial to Allen Iverson and his brand of basketball. There's not a lot of guys in the paint. There's more spacing, so his efficiency numbers is going to increase. Mars, I know you don't think that's possible, but I think
No,
his
that's fine.
efficiency.
He can be more efficient.
He's
That's
gonna
fine.
be an above-average player easily, bro.
Yeah, he can.
Easily.
He'll be an above average player.
I mean,
That's
above
cool.
average,
He can
above
be
average
Colin
efficiency.
Sexton. He can be Colin Sexton. That's cool.
Above
He's like, he'll
average
be a
efficiency.
starter.
Above average efficiency. My bad.
Hell no, he ain't gonna be above average.
And let me
Hell
tell you
no.
why. There's more spacing. There's not a lot of big guys in the paint, so he's gonna be able to get there more. I think he's probably
Russell
gonna shoot the
Westbrook.
same way. Nah, he's not gonna be Russell Westbrook. So you got a guy
Yeah,
who I
worse.
think,
Yeah, he'll
and
be
I
Westbrook.
think,
Be a better version of
and
what
I think, and I think that he's very
I'm saying worse.
impactful. And I think that he's so impactful that I think that a lot of the teams in the league, he could will them to a playoff spot. And especially, I mean, it all depends on seeding, bro. If we're gonna be real, Mars,
All right, let me
if
name
he
off some
was his
players
team,
you tell me to stay better.
What team? What team?
Didn't
if
he
he
change
was,
the rule? He changed that rule with the crossover. They
he
called it a
did.
carry.
Yeah,
He did.
that's cute. He got a rule change. So did Charles Barkley.
That's
I
nice.
think he'll debate. I think he'll debatably be top 5, bro. Debatably.
How?
All right, let me name off some players. You tell me who's better than them.
I
All right.
said I think LeBron, KD, Giannis. I think that's top 3. You want to put Steph there, cool. Luka there, cool.
You
But I
know
think
Luka's better than AI. Like, what are we doing? You know
Yeah.
Luka's better than
I
AI.
think if Allen Iverson was in this league, I think we'll be debating if who's better, Allen Iverson or Luka Doncic. That's just me,
No,
bro.
no one would be having that debate. No one
Come
would
on,
be
Mars.
having that debate.
Listen, he's
Besides
a very
racists, no one would be having that debate.
nah. He's
No
a
one would be having that
Allen
debate.
Iverson is a no. Allen Iverson is that fucking dude.
No
bro.
one would be even saying AI is
Allen
better than
Iverson
Kawhi.
is that
No one would
fucking
say AI is
dude,
better
bro.
than
I'm
Kawhi.
telling you. You talk about. Let me ask you this, right? Why is Stephen Curry top 5? Because of his efficiency?
No,
Because he's arguably the best offensive player in the game.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
No one's
cool.
making that claim for AI.
Okay, I think he could be there.
Oh my God.
I think he could. I think Allen Iverson in today's league could definitely be one of the best offensive players in the
AI
league.
in today's league is
Really?
a worse offensive player than John Morant.
No, you're lying.
AI
No,
Wait,
in
worse
today's
than
league is a worse
wait,
offensive
Mars,
player
worse
than
than
John
who?
Morant. He's a worse offensive player than John Morant.
No, Allen Iverson.
Oh
You don't.
shit!
You cannot gravitate
Hot.
the
John
magnitude.
Morant finishes better at the rim than AI, and he's a better playmaker than AI.
Dub, I got a
What?
question.
Finishes better at the
I have
rim
to
than
agree with
Allen
Mars, man.
Iverson?
Yes.
I agree with Mars.
Yes.
No, that's a
Dub,
no.
dub,
Mars.
dub.
How?
What do you mean how?
How does
Allen
he finish
Iverson
better
was
at
a
I
the
kid,
rim?
can't. I
man.
can't name one
He
point
wanted to
guard
get him.
besides maybe Tony Parker who finished at the rim better than John Morant.
Oh my God.
Allen Iverson was
Bro,
all about himself. He want to
Allen
get his.
Iverson made his bread and
This is tough.
butter off of laying big ass 7-footers.
Yeah, that's
bro. What are
cool
we
on the
doing?
highlights. It looks cool, but he misses half of
It's
them.
not the highlight, bro. Mars, you gotta.
Well,
put
he doesn't
like,
miss half of them, but you
Mars,
get the
Mars,
no.
this is
AI is
where-
a good finisher.
This is
AI is
where
a good
you just.
finisher. I'm
This
not
is why
saying he's
you
a
have
bad
to just.
finisher.
This is
John
yo,
Morant
this
is still better than
have
him.
some imagination, right? Just have some
Yeah,
imagination.
let me imagine. I'm imagining.
Okay. Close your fucking eyes. Everyone,
Alright,
close your
cool.
fucking eyes, right?
Yeah, my eyes are closed.
Allen Iverson making his bread and butter off of laying 7-footers. You take that away from the game right now. You got guys who are 6'10" or 6'9". That's 6'10" to 6'11". That's your average 7-footer, but there's only one of them on the court. He's laying those guys easily. He's laying 6'9" guys easy. He's laying Draymond Green easy. He's gonna be laying all these dudes because you want to know why?
Yeah, I'm
Because it
seeing
wasn't
Russell
the same.
Westbrook
It
right
wasn't. It wasn't the same type of physical basketball it was in the 2001. They allow you to be free. They allow for ticky-tacky fouls. They allow an offensive player to be physical and lay people up. If he was doing that shit to 7-footers, what the fuck do you think he's going to do to the guys in today's league, bro?
Russell
Be
Westbrook.
worse than John Morant. That's why.
Nah, son. He's not finishing better than John. I'm sorry.
I agree as
I'm
far as
Yeah,
like
he's not finishing
offensively,
better
he
than
would
John. I
have a
agree.
lot of
I
scoring.
mean,
He
no.
would
Allen
score
Iverson's
more.
finishing better than John Morant, bro. Come on now.
Dub.
But as far as like leading a team to a championship, I don't believe he can lead any team to a championship. I think he would have scored more points because once you beat your man, you in the cup. So, and the defense is not the same. So as far as like championship wise, I don't know. I don't know if
I
he
mean, bro. I
can
mean,
lead his team to a championship.
And he was
He wa-
also a bad defender as well. So that
Nah, he was.
Facts.
But Steph's a bad defender too. You put him on a defensive team.
You're a better
You don't think
defender
that
than
can? You put him on a defensive
AI was
team.
on the
Steph is a better
016s and he
defender
was,
than
Steph was
AI
on the
though.
016s and he was still a bad defender. So he had a defensive team. He wasn't playing
Yeah,
defense.
he went to the finals and lost to Shaq.
Yeah, he had one lucky playoff run, got to the finals,
Lucky,
and
that's
lost.
wild. Let me think of a team.
If you make it to the finals and never make it past the second round ever again before, you clearly got lucky.
Let me think.
Dub, I got a team.
That doesn't mean you didn't make the
what about
finals. It's
Atlanta?
cool. He made the finals. Congrats, but it was still lucky. Same way you think Giannis's ring was lucky.
What year was that AI made the finals?
What they doing?
2001. You said what?
Oh,
if you take out Trae Young and put in Yao, what they doing?
I think they'll probably do the same thing as Trae Young.
Yeah,
they'll
because
make the playoffs.
I ain't gonna say Trae Young better than him though. To me,
he is better than him.
Nah,
I feel like that. For real.
Better than who?
Better than AI.
He's a better playmaker. He's a better playmaker than AI.
He's a better playmaker, but I think
the scoring. I'll say you can.
He a better playmaker and a better shooter.
Let me tell y'all something about Allen Iverson. Y'all bitches complain about his playmaking. Let me tell you something.
No, he was solid.
He was amazing playmaker. Because who the hell he was
Why
passing to on that
amazing?
Sixers? Who was he passing to on that Sixers?
He was solid.
He was great. He was
solid.
So hold on, to add to the conversation, AI, he had the rule change because they said his crossover was a carry, right?
It was.
Opposed to Trae Young, who had the rule change because they said he was initiating the contact on as far as the offensive player.
Him and James Harden. But yeah.
Okay. But case in point is you're trying to get to the free throw line essentially. AI's is just trying to, like he said, free up space. And the more space an AI got, he had the midi that run the city too. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't, I'm going to have, 30 points because I need to get 15 free throw points from the free throw line. He was actually scoring field goals. And I think these players that get attributed like Embiid, he had a bad game. Nah, it's some of the time he can't score field goals and he depends on that free throw line.
AI had crazy free throw rates as well, you know.
Yo, hold on. And I just want to say this. Since that
he was getting fouled, but he did have crazy
since that rule change, it changed the relevancy of certain players like a James Harden and how much they can score the ball. James Harden on that last play when he just versus Milwaukee, when he put the shot up, he was praying to whoever he prayed to for a foul. He's not looking for the field goal. He looking to get fouled and then do whatever at the free throw line. But case in point is an AI not looking to get fouled. They understand that as veterans, that's part of the game. But I think the better players know how to attack and score the basket without the free throw line. So yeah, I'm gonna pick AI over Trae Young respectfully.
That's fine, because Trae Young's not top 5. So if you want to say he's better than Trae Young,
cool.
Yeah. Trae Young's not even top 10. So at best, you got what AI?
I think. Who you think is a better player in general, Kawhi or AI?
No, that's a tough one.
Don't use a health argument. Don't use a health argument.
No. Like, no. That's why I say it's debatable. That's why I say it's debatable because I think healthy Kawhi Leonard is probably better than Allen Iverson. But the point in which I was making before in today's day, if Kawhi Leonard is battling his health injuries, people will rank Allen Iverson if he's not getting if he's healthy. They'll rank Allen Iverson higher.
No, that's a valid point. Out of all of the superstars, Allen Iverson averaged the most minutes per season. So when you contrast that one stat to Kawhi Leonard and him not being available, and AI always is available, some people will give it to AI because availability is more important than what you can do if you are available. So I might side with AI there too.
And what's the biggest bias in the sports world in general? Winning. So, in my opinion, I think Allen Iverson could contribute to winning basketball, no without a doubt. If his team is like a top 3 seed,
when did he ever contribute to winning basketball?
Besides
a lucky playoff run. Besides a lucky playoff run, when did he contribute?
He was making the playoff, bro. When was
that you're talking about to get him top 5?
How many times did Allen Iverson miss? No,
he
playoffs?
He missed the playoffs like 2 times, I want to say.
But winning back, I'm not saying winning chips. I wasn't saying winning chips.
But winning bias for AI, making the playoffs isn't going to be enough to get him top 5 because Damian Lillard's never been top 5. He's been making the playoffs his whole career.
Hold on, bro.
And Damian Lillard's better than Allen Iverson.
Jokic is fucking top 3 in a lot of people's eyes, bro.
Yeah,
that's winning bias right there.
AI. Don't compare.
I'm just saying,
it's winning bias. AI.
He's winning bias. That's winning bias, bro.
No, Damian Lillard and AI is a fair comparison, but guess what? Damian Lillard's never been top 5. We know where Damian Lillard ranks.
James Harden's been top. James Harden's
been making conference finals. That's why he has that winning bias. AI. James Harden made conference finals like 3 times.
How many times?
3? I want to say 3 times. I'm gonna check just so I don't.
Yo, to add to
did he go to finals as well? with OKC?
Yeah, no one's talking about that.
No. He was a role player. He was a role
Yo,
player.
to add to your point, bro, he averaged
Man, sneak that
41
shit in.
minutes a game. Is there ever a superstar that averaged 41 minutes out of 48 minutes?
Yeah, he did that for what? I think 11 straight years. AI did that.
He's been
That's
twice.
That's
amazing,
cold. I ain't gonna
bro.
lie, that's cold. That's cold as fuck. I ain't
What?
gonna lie.
Trey
Yeah, but
Young
no,
could
but
never.
no one's gonna play 42 minutes a game in today's game because we
Yeah,
understand
no,
how,
fuck
we
no.
understand the toll that takes on
That's
the
still
body, so
cold.
no one's gonna do that.
Mars,
That's
that was a
cold.
nasty ass context, Ben. I swear to God, that was. He made the
Wh-
conference finals on the
Twice
Rockets
he made it
twice.
twice.
One of those times
2016 and 2018.
he beat
2015 and
you. You want to
2018.
talk about luck? He beat a Clippers team that was hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, motherfucker. Let's not.
Okay, and he
let's
would
not
have
play
and
this
he
game.
okay,
Let's
and if
not
you
play
want
this
to
game.
if you want to talk about
Make
context, Ben,
context
if
matter
you want to talk about
again, right?
context, Ben, he would have beat the greatest team of all time if his teammate didn't get hurt.
No,
So
I
now what?
100% agree. I
Okay.
100% agree with that.
Okay.
But
So
again,
now
hey,
what?
watch,
James Harden
con-
could have beat the greatest team of
context
all
matters
time.
again. You give
James
Allen
Harden
Iverson a guy
James
like
Harden
Chris
could have beat
Paul.
the
What you
greatest team
think
of
is
all time.
give Allen Iverson a guy like Chris Paul? What you think is gonna happen?
Yeah, you give Allen Iverson Chris
First
Paul, who's the
round.
second best player on the team. That's what happens. James Harden was
And
the best player on the
best?
team with Chris Paul.
True.
Chris Paul's better than Allen Iverson. Don't do that. Chris Paul's better than Allen
man,
Iverson.
he top 10 though.
I'll give it to you.
Chris Paul's better
He
than
top
Allen
10.
I would
Iverson.
have to agree on Mars with
Dub
this
ain't
one.
he
I
top
mean,
10?
Chris Paul is better than Allen Iverson.
No, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. I'm just saying, bro. If James Harden was a guy who was in the top 5, I think Allen Iverson could definitely be in the top 5. I think so.
I would struggle to get him in the top 10, but I could understand if you
I'm
want to say he's better than
struggling.
Because
that.
Trae Young
Top
made
10's
the conference finals already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Trae Young better than them too.
Nah, fuck that shit.
No, I'm willing. If you say AI is better than Trae Young, that's cool. But everyone usually has the same top 8 players in the NBA: Giannis, Luka, Kawhi, Embiid, Jokic, Steph, LeBron, KD. Everyone usually has those same 8 guys in whatever order. AI is not close to any of them. So that's
Nah,
8 players.
I think he
Besides
is. Bro.
Dub. Everyone else knows AI is not close to any of those guys. So for most people, at best, AI could be 9, which means you have to say he's better than Anthony Davis, even though he's never healthy. But Anthony Davis, Jason Tatum, Damian Lillard, James Harden, Trae Young, Paul George, Devin Booker. That's a lot of guys where I can say it's debatable.
So put it in your mind like this: along with Allen Iverson and better efficiency numbers, along with him and his playmaking as well, because his probably assist numbers is going to go up as well. I think that he's a caliber of player be willing his team to a top 3, top 5 seed in this conference. I think
like a Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I think a guy.
I didn't even say Jimmy Butler.
No. I don't think Jimmy Butler could carry the load like Allen Iverson. I think a guy who's doing that in the NBA right now, I think a lot of people will have him in top 5.
But it's not about where a lot of people, because a lot of people rank stupidly. They rank based on results and winning and going far in the playoffs. But if we just talk about quality of a player, Dub, which is what we like to talk about up here, because we're not the accolade merchants. AI is not better than any of the first 8 guys I named. And I'm pretty sure if you take away how people are going to perceive AI, just talk about their games, AI is not better than any of those 8 guys, which means at best he's battling for 9th.
Nah,
at best.
Allen Iverson. I got Allen Iverson over Jokic, bro. Joker's not that guy.
Man!
Joker's not that guy. I don't give a
You trolling right now, Dub. You got to be
bro.
trolling.
Like,
That's an agenda. That's just
You gotta be trolling.
Nah, AI's
That's
better
you
than
just
Jokic.
trying to
Why?
push agenda. That's crazy.
Dub, why
bro.
though?
Come on, bro.
Dub, why?
That's
Because
crazy.
I think Allen Iverson. I think Allen Iverson is I think Allen Iverson will be a better scorer in today's league.
Hell
on
no.
top of, I think so. I think he'll be a
Not than
better scorer in
Jokic,
today's
though.
league. On top of that, I think Allen Iverson, his playmaking is probably going to be probably in the same tier as Jokic.
Oh, you wilding, bro. You are
I'm not
wilding.
wilding, bro.
Dub,
Come
you
on,
are lying right
y'all
now. That's
overrate
what
this
you're doing.
man's
You are
playmaking,
lying
bro.
right
I
now.
swear to God. This man for all
You are
game he does
lying
this
right
shit.
now.
He does this shit, just looks back and fucking throws the ball, bro. He does a touch pass. He does a touch pass every now and then. He operates the pick and roll a little bit. Majority of the game, he got the ball on the fucking block and he's just watching everybody. That's what he's doing,
Damn.
bro.
Why are Jokic catching these strays right now? Damn,
So
this
playmaking out
disrespect
the
is
post
crazy.
isn't playmaking, I guess. Playmaking.
Real quick,
It's playmaking, bro. But come on, you're not gonna say he's that much
real
better
quick.
than Allen Iverson, bro.
Real quick, the AI. Well, if AI was in this league today, bottom 5 seed.
Nah, that's cap.
Bottom 5.
Nah, that's cap.
I agree. AI's team is getting Wembanyama.
They in the play in. It's over with, bro.
Not bottom 5.
Yo, can I say something real quick? I pulled up to say that I know that people are overreacting about the Brooklyn Nets, just to keep it on topic. Then I want to ask a player's choice question. And I'll get into that a whole nother time, right? But this is a dope show, and I was enjoying the content before I pulled up on the panel, listening to y'all funny as hell. Shout to Mars. I didn't hear him talk much last time. I heard him his spill tonight. He's dope.
Facts.
Shout out to the panel.
Yeah, shout out Player's Choice. Y'all
And
make some good shit.
yeah,
Facts.
the Brooklyn Nets, I think a lot of people overreact. And I spoke to a Laker fan yesterday. He said we're a play infringed team, 9 or 10 because of last night's game. And we weren't impressive. But what I will say is they are the New Orleans Pelicans. They're not the New Orleans Flamingos. That's a tough bird. So whenever y'all team play them, just remember that I told y'all that they a tough bird. That being said, I think we bounce back tonight versus the Raptors. And we need to because we go on a road after this. But this is my player's choice question for player's choice. How long do you think, and this is based on listening to the AI conversation, because you see that Philly moved on from AI when he got traded to Denver. And AI was a very high draft pick, so they built their team around him. So I'm asking player's choice, how long should a ball club build around a franchise player before they decide to move on and say, you know what, we don't believe in him? Did Philly, a better question, right? Did Philly give AI enough time to win there? And do you think they were right for making the trade? And just like for instance, Milwaukee kept Giannis instead of trading him and got another piece in Drew Holiday, and they won. Sometimes it's risky. You know what I'm saying? You trade these franchise, but what I will say to land the plane is the teams that keep their draft picks and build with their other draft picks seems to be the winning formula in the NBA. Besides LA, they're like the only anomaly where they won because free agency, because of LeBron and AD, pretty much. But besides that, it seems that the winning formula in the NBA is building from the draft. So my question is, how long should they build around a franchise player before they decide to move on? Ball clubs. And I gotta go. I'm gonna be watching in the comments, man. Love the show, man.
Got you, bro. Great question. Great question. Actually.
Yeah, great question.
You want to go first? Or you want me to answer?
I'll go. I think it depends on the player, because I think some players, example for me right now would be Luka. They're so good right now that the team doesn't have any lottery picks because Luka's getting them to the playoffs pretty much single-handedly. So if those guys, I think you got to trade your picks and get them the help instantly. Whereas you got guys like Steph who had the injury problems, you could build through the draft because you were getting lottery picks because Steph wasn't playing, Monte Ellis wasn't really going to get you anywhere. So you had the lottery picks to actually build around him. But for the most part, I'd say the end of your rookie extension. So 7 years. After that, if you're nowhere close to a title, you're not even close to contending, you move on, you get as many assets as you can for a player, and you just try to build again. Like LeBron left Cleveland. That wasn't Cleveland's choice, but I think Cleveland benefited from LeBron leaving because they were never going to win a title with how that team was constructed. But LeBron would have made them a second round exit, conference finals, maybe get them to the finals, never win. Whereas with LeBron leaving, they got the first pick, they got Andrew Wiggins, they got Kyrie, they whiffed and got Anthony Bennett. But that was three number one picks. And then that gave them enough to. LeBron came back in free agency. Then they have enough assets to go get a Kevin Love. Kyrie was a number one pick who was panning out. They kept him. Then they have a ready built team ready to contend. Whereas if they kept LeBron, they'll just be a team in mediocrity, 4 seed, second round exit all the time, which is where I think the Mavs are going right now with Luka. And they've tried to get Kristaps Porzingis. They tried to get Christian Wood. We'll see if it works. I don't know if it will work. But if it doesn't work and Luka's rookie extension ends, which I think is in about 2025, I think that's when they got to move off of Luka or try something different, because if nothing's working or looking like they're going to win a title by then, I think you got to just wrap it up.
I think every situation is different, so it's really hard to answer this question. There's some guys where if they're transcendent like a Giannis or a Luka Doncic, you got to roll the dice. He asked a point. He said a point where it seems like right now is the formula to stick with your draft picks and win. I just disagree, because in the 2000s, I mean, the Lakers made trades in order to surround Kobe Bryant with championship pieces. The Boston Celtics made trades in order for the Boston Celtics to have a championship pieces. I think it just depends. Right now, we have the Golden State Warriors making things work out, but I mean, it's really just them making things work out. Everybody else is making moves. Everybody else is making trades. Everybody else is doing extra shit in order to put their team in championship contention. The Houston Rockets 2018, they made that trade to get a CP3 and kept James Harden. So I really think the trade is a good way to go. And once you find that transcendent type of player, there's a timetable where it's whenever they're done. You as a GM, you have to do the best that you possibly could to surround them with the talent and the pieces in order to succeed. But if you see like a LeBron James, they're getting frustrated. They're not Damian Lillard's not getting frustrated, but you see a extended period of time of championship not being delivered, mainly because you're not able to surround them with the pieces necessary for them to succeed. I think sometimes you just got to cut your losses, and you know that guy's gonna leave anyway in free agency. You got to trade him, bro, and get as much as you possibly could from him because LeBron James left Cleveland and they got nothing for that. You feel me? So every
Yeah,
situation
like a
is
Ben
different, bro.
Simmons.
Yeah, you just got to play your cards right, man. And you know it's a tough question to answer, but 7 years maybe, but it depends on the type of player that you have.
It
I think
also
they gave AI enough time. By the way, that was his second question.
Me too. Yeah.
I think
to,
AI has more than enough time.
to piggyback on what Mars said, it also depends on the organization, right? Because some cities free agents ain't gonna come to.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
that. It's about your
Ain't nobody
players.
coming to Milwaukee. Like, no. Like
the Spurs, nobody was going to the Spurs, but they drafted good and they drafted their franchise player. You know what I'm saying? So if they could sign, they were signing vet minimum players, Brent Berry, all of them kind of dudes. You know what I mean? So, you know, they were just getting good dudes and they drafted their main players. So they wasn't getting nobody. They couldn't get nobody big go to the Spurs, but they made it work. Got championships out of it.
Yeah, I mean that's I think that's just like a 1 in a million. You build it from the draft. It's like that's a hard ass thing to do, and if you do it like the Warriors and the Spurs,
Hardest.
you should get rewarded for it. You should get rewarded. You know they bitching about the money and everything, bro. If you have the ability to draft from the team and build a dynasty off that, bro, you need to get rewarded from that. Because honestly, how many times does this happen? It doesn't happen a
It
lot.
doesn't happen that often. I mean, the Warriors did it too, but
And to go back to the Allen Iverson point, I just think with Allen Iverson and the Sixers, they had enough time, but the 76ers got to understand and hold themselves accountable. They didn't really give him the help needed in order to win the championship. On top of that, Allen Iverson was getting frustrated and causing chemistry problems between him and the organization. So that was just a bad relationship going awry. You feel me?
I think at one point they were supposed to get T-Mac, and it didn't pan out.
They would have won a chip.
I think the issue is
T-Mac would have got hurt.
I think it just depends. I think it just depends on when you're playing. For example, when Golden State got KD, there was no trades other teams could make to really get themselves over the top. And that doesn't mean that your players aren't good enough. For example, people want to say James Harden isn't good enough. It doesn't mean that you're not good enough. You just mean that you ran into a better team. AI got to the finals, but he ran into an all-time great Lakers team, Kobe and Shaq. Jason Kidd got to the finals. He ran into the same Lakers team.
Facts.
Like, so
and the Spurs won.
Yeah, and he ran into the Spurs as well. So you run into teams like that. There's not much you can do when you're running into dynastic squads. Like every era has maybe one or two dynastic level teams. It's going to be hard for a lot of other teams to get over that hump, which is why you have so many. Like, people would be viewing Hakeem very differently if he never won a title. And he's like him and Dirk are like the people like to say stick it out, you'll grind, you'll get over the hump. But really, they're the only like two examples where you could say it really worked out for them. Maybe you can throw Giannis in that mode now.
Yeah, maybe.
So it seems to be the foreign players seem to have a way of getting it done. But everyone else, it doesn't really happen like that. You usually
took him
have
a long
to.
Time though.
Exactly.
Like 10 years
it was Hakeem's 10 years. Dirk was like, I want to say he was in like year 13, 14, and he was viewed as a playoff choker. And then Giannis was viewed similarly as a playoff choker. He was in about year 8, year 9. So I think people put too much pressure on like star players to like win a championship when it comes down to a lot more than just your star. And there's a lot of moving pieces that are important. As you can see with the Nets, they have talent, but Steve Nash is so bad that they're not going to do anything. So I think people put too much pressure on a star player to get it done when there's so many other moving factors.
And there's better teams as well. Sometimes you're just not on one of those dynastic teams, like you said. It's just the facts. That's why it's hard for me to be shitting on people. Like everyone, CP3 ain't win this or James Harden win that. Damian Lillard, and like, bro, come on, we gotta be realistic. Like, when have we really said that they was in the seat to win a title? None of their careers.
CP3.
I think CP3 in LA could have. CP3 in LA could have got out the West. I don't think he was ever the favorite to win a title, though.
No, not the favorite. Not the favorite. He was in the seat to win. If he got out the West, he would have won a chip. Just be honest.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
team?
that would mean you
Come
have
on
to
now.
think he believes he would beat LeBron, which
They had a chance, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, they had a
Yes.
chance. I think the Clippers were
LeBron will
contenders.
always
A
win.
lot went
They were.
wrong.
What I mean is like when I say like he had a seat to win it. If they would have went to the finals, LeBron or the Clippers could have won. That's what I'm saying. Like the Cavs or the Clippers.
Exactly.
50-50. Like 50-50.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
I wish they were healthy. Y'all motherfuckers give them mad shit. They wasn't healthy, bro.
Yeah, health
Yeah,
is a
that's the
big thing.
problem.
When
Look
it
at
comes,
AD.
health
That's
is a
the
big
problem.
thing
You
when
gotta
it comes to
stay.
championships. People seem to forget.
AD broke a butt cheek last night, so you know.
A lot of
Embiid, AD. Listen, if they would have stayed
championships come
healthy,
down to health.
Most
if
of
they
the
would have stayed
championships
healthy,
come
that
down to
changes a
health.
lot.
Yeah, like people forget you got 2010 Kendrick Perkins. If he's not hurt, maybe Boston win again. 2008 Andrew Bynum was hurt, so like these all time
2009, Kevin Garnett got hurt too.
exactly, and they
I
still
hate
went
to say
7
Kendrick-
over Orlando. So
I hate to
you
say
look at
Kendrick
all.
Perkins costed them a championship.
I'm not gonna say he
But he
costed them a
did.
championship, but it's like.
But you're right. You're right. He was a big
As a
part.
Warriors fan, if Andrew Berger
Hey,
don't get hurt, maybe we still win. Like there's a lot of
That's a
injuries
fact. Hey, that's a fact that nobody will admit that.
there's a lot of injuries that happen, which is like that's why I don't put a lot of stock in proving
not a
you can win a
fact.
championship. There's so much.
It
that
is
can
a
happen
fact.
that
There
can go in your
was a
favor or go
a
against
it
you.
was a layup line to the basket after Andrew Bogut got hurt.
Yeah, our rim presence wasn't.
He
our
wasn't
rim
gonna do
presence
shit
wasn't great.
against that. I'm sorry.
Andrew Berger was an elite rim protector.
Yeah, he was.
Except that he had 4 blocks before he got hurt. But you know, you didn't watch the game.
I'm
He's
not
a
saying
role
we would have won if Andrew Berger was there. By the way, I'm just saying.
But it would have been
things could
wouldn't have been a
different.
layup
Would've done
line.
something. Like
Yeah,
it
that's
would
what
have
I'm
been a
definitely.
layup line.
Injuries influence series a lot. Injuries influence the outcome of championships a lot. Which
Yeah,
is why I
right.
don't think
Exactly. That's why
with
I don't accept that like logic where it's like, oh yeah, you know, you only won that because you were hurt, like, or a bubble championship. It's like, nah, it's all the same.
Listen, you win. You win.
Yeah, the dub thing for 2019 that he only Mars too, that Kawhi only won because one KD, you get that one, you don't get Clay because he was winning when Clay was there.
So, Ron, the reason why we say stuff like that is because sometimes people put way too much. Like I just did it with the Bucks. I think some people just put way too much stock in people winning a championship, and then it's like, listen, we just gotta. I know they won the chip, but we gotta see them for who they are. Like they not undeniably the
Yeah,
best.
champions. I
Toronto
don't get
Raptors.
what you're trying to say.
What you mean?
Yeah.
Champions.
No, they
I don't get what
champions, but the way that everyone was talking about the Bucks right now, and the point I made, I said I can't undeniably say that they the best team out the East because I get that they won a championship 2021. There's a lot of factors that led to that. You feel me? And
But
they
no
didn't
one
win
says
last
it's
year as well.
undeniable though. No one is saying the Bucks are winning 100%.
They
No
say
one
they're
ever
the best
said
team
that,
in the
though.
East. I don't think they're the best team in the East.
Where do you got? Where do you got?
It's debatable for sure. I
Yeah,
think.
they're in the
debatable.
they're obviously in the conversation. I just don't like when
Yeah,
people
they're in the
argue as
combo.
to
They're
they won
definitely
a
in the
title,
combo.
so clearly they're the best. Like my
But I
take,
think
my take
it's
ran on
the
TikTok,
Celtics.
people just said I agree.
Celtics.
Celtics
And Mars
Celtics have a
thinks.
very good chance.
Oh, for real?
I'm still going with Philly.
You throwing with
I think
Philly,
it's
right?
Celtics.
Yeah. So it's
I think
like.
Celtics have a chance.
But
It's up
all,
there.
but
And
all,
people still got
the
the
reason
Nets
why
too.
but all
You don't
three of
think
those
the
are
Bucks have a
debatable though.
chance?
Yeah, they're all in the
Mars, you don't
conversation. They're all free to be.
Yeah, they're all debatable.
No, the Bucks have a chance. Like I'm not saying, oh, the Bucks are not going to make the finals. I think they're in the conversation. I think if I was going to do percentages, I'll say 40 for Philly, 25 Boston, 35 Milwaukee.
You got Philly as the favorites.
Jesus.
Philly are my favorites in the East.
Oh,
If
no.
I had- that's who I think is the best team in the East.
I'd have
They
the
will-
same.
not right
I'd
now.
have,
They will
I'd
be
have
the
the
best team
same.
in the East.
I'd have the same, and it'd be Boston leading.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah,
Boston as
I
well.
have no issue.
I'm gonna say
I like Boston as well. I like Boston as well. It
I'm
will
not gonna
depend-
lie.
it-
I just
I'm
be
just-
seeing.
I don't know.
My bad. I just be seeing like on the panel like Chilltown and Low. They just be sucking those boys up, and it just be getting me so tight.
My dark horse is the Cavs. They just got to make a trade for some defense because they don't got no perimeter defense in the starting line.
I think they're looking for Isaac Okoro to be that wing defender, but
My problem is they started what's his name, LeVert at the 3. Start Okoro at the 3.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're trying. I think it's because Okoro is so like bad offensively, I guess. But I think that lineup you can
start Okoro
You
at
can
the
hide
3.
him, right? Yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
got D. Mitch and Garland, so it's like
Just throw him in the corner. Like,
But
if he can't make,
Garland got hurt, so I don't know.
Oh,
I
did
mean,
he?
he not
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know.
he
He's gonna
not
be able to
Andre
play.
Roberson out there. I don't think so. I think he's
OKC days. That's just funny.
And that's the OKC people expected KD to get it done with.
hey, buddy can go to hell. That's crazy.
You mad?
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Jokic.
No, he's not wrong, but he ain't have to come.
Y'all sleep on Roberson, dog.
Wilding with that
He ain't
take,
have to come
though.
at Doug. He ain't have to come at Doug.
Someone
like
say
that,
we
bro.
sleep on Roberson.
Roberson is ass.
Yeah, I don't know. You said we sleep.
Yeah,
on
what?
Roberson.
That's the old Matisse Thybulle right there.
Yeah, he was the definition. He was the definition of ass.
No, but I'm a Nuggets fan, right? So my question is, how far you think the Denver like really going to go with everybody healthy?
Second round.
Second round.
Second round.
Conference finals.
I'm thinking the
Second
finals,
round.
like legit the
Their
finals.
ceiling is the conference finals, but I think they're gonna. I think the second round.
Facts.
Because I feel like in a bubble, we could have beat the Lakers if a few
No,
things
you
went our
couldn't.
way.
No, you couldn't have.
I mean,
stood out.
KD was balling out of his mind.
No,
I don't
fuck
know.
with you. That shit was not gonna happen, my guy.
Yeah, nah. In the bubble, AD was like head and shoulders over Jokic. In the bubble, I mean, not as a player.
Y'all got extremely lucky in the Clippers series because they choked it away, and y'all stood no chance against the Lakers.
I thought y'all defense was. I thought y'all defense. You talking about the Nuggets, right?
Yeah.
I think y'all defense was better that year too. I mean,
Yeah.
Mars. I know you're gonna hate this, but I think Ticket made a kind of a good point with Paul Millsap, bro. I think Paul Millsap was a good guy who could be a versatile defender for that team, bro.
Isn't Aaron Gordon basically? Aaron Gordon's basically the Paul Millsap replacement. I'm not saying Paul Millsap, but they got him to do the same thing. He's just
Yeah,
worse and worse.
Paul Millsap was a good defender for that team.
He was, but he was too old. He was getting beat a little too much around.
Yeah, he was.
last
He was.
years.
Yeah, he was getting too old, but
Yeah.
that year I think he was playing very well that year. Though.
Yeah, he was. He definitely.
No,
was.
yeah, he was definitely like reminding me of Al Horford, but Al Horford is still balling right now. It's crazy.
But I think the Nuggets winning a chip. I don't want to call him a dark horse because I think that's disrespectful, me personally. But they up there with the Warriors, with everybody.
No, they're not.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, what? No, Michael,
right?
Michael, why you coming for my team, bro? Why even said I don't believe in Miami like that?
Yeah,
You're saying all this nonsense for no
the Nuggets
reason.
defense is the Nuggets defense is really bad. I mean, I think they're going to improve. I think they're still going to be good, but they're not up there with the top West teams.
All right, we'll see this year.
I think their defense can be passable.
I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you. Their offense is going to be good. The defense, but second round, they out of there.
Okay.
Depending on who they play.
I think they make it as long as they avoid the Warriors. However far they can go without seeing Golden State, I think that's where they go.
Tonight, who's winning? Morris, who's winning tonight?
I don't want to be seen as a Warriors hater again, but I think
they beat the Clippers.
I think Denver probably wins tonight.
I don't think that they don't want to see the Clippers again.
I think they're very happy seeing the Clippers. I'm not gonna lie.
They don't want to see the Clippers again.
The Clippers have no matchup for Jokic.
Yeah, they literally have no
big.
It's not about the matchup for Jokic. That's what I'm saying. Jokic gonna get the
pick and roll. I think that's what it will come.
When
Jokic gets his, he's getting everyone else theirs as well.
That's the problem. That's the thing. When they don't have no matchup for none of the Clippers players.
Well, I don't see Jamal and John Wall go at it.
John Wall ain't gonna really go. I don't think John Wall.
I don't know.
John Wall. Who wants to see John?
The only problem I have with that is if they play each other, if Paul George shows up, then they're beating them without a problem.
I think Paul George is slightly overrated.
I think so too, personally.
Y'all are wild, but okay.
Yeah, he's overrated.
See, overrated doesn't.
I think he's a very good
player.
He's not winning the series though. He's winning
the reason why I say I think he's slightly overrated because we look at his skill set and how skilled and smooth he is, and I think people tend to conflate that with how good he actually is. Like people seem to throw Paul George in these like top scorers in the NBA discussions. He doesn't score that much. He never really has. He's not much of a high volume scorer. He's a very skilled scorer, but the production is never really matching up to how skilled he is.
In the playoffs, it does. for his playoff career does. Maybe not regular season. Regular season, the only one really good regular season he had, he averaged 28, but in the playoffs, he picks up the scoring usually.
Yeah, it's kind of sporty.
It's not sometimes. It's every year except for the bubble year. He's been good.
The only times I'd say he's been a legit consistent scorer, like on high volume, you'd have to say last year in the playoffs.
No, it's been not Mars. In 2017, when he faced LeBron, he was going crazy in the playoffs, and then 2016 went crazy.
He didn't. If I remember 2017, I don't think he. If I remember, they played the Cavs. They got swept.
He was battling though. He was battling. He was scoring a lot.
Yeah, that
was the series where CJ Miles took that game-winning shot, and Paul George said, "No, I have to take that shot." Right?
Yeah. That's the one.
If I remember that series correctly, I could be wrong. I don't think he was that great, but I could be wrong.
Nah, his shooting percentage was off. Like, it was terrible.
No, you're right about the shooting percentage in that series. Yes, you're right about that.
Yeah, he was putting like 28, and then the year before in 2016 he played pretty well too. I mean, he's been up and down. I mean, Rome was saying it. I mean, it's not false. I mean, he's been an up and down guy. 2019 in the playoffs is 28. Lakers in the Clippers. The Clippers in the bubble. I mean, we all know what happened there. And then last season, his production went up in the postseason.
Yeah, but a lot of it, he can up the volume, but the efficiency doesn't seem to maintain. He's either efficient on lower volume, or he ups the volume and the efficiency starts to fall. I think 2021.
I think last year was the efficiency was efficiency.
Last 2021. That's why I said 2021. I think, if off the top of my head, is the only year I'd say the efficiency either increased or stayed the same, and he maintained some good efficiency.
Yeah, I agree.
Before that, he was either very inconsistent as a young player in Indiana. We seem to give him a lot of credit for those battling with LeBron. He was very inconsistent in those series. Like, he would have games where he'd explode, and then he'd have like 7 points, which is no knock on him. He was a young player. He wasn't expected to
he was really young.
He became a better scorer.
There's no knocking him, but I think nostalgia clouds people's judgment on those times in particular. And then you look at OKC, the efficiency in the playoffs was never really there.
No, well, 2019.
No, it wasn't. I'm looking at it right now. It wasn't.
No, 2019. No, 2019 he was good. He had an EFG of 51. True shooting. I don't know the true
58 true shooting.
58.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, 2019 he wasn't that bad. Yeah, the one year when he faced the Jazz, he was.
2019 was the Damian Lillard series, right?
Yeah. That's why
that was the year he finished top 5 MVP, right?
Yeah, top 3.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I agree with you though, Mars. I agree.
You got that. Yeah, you got that.
I agree with you though, Mars. I do think like Paul George is a little bit of an overrated scorer, but I think the main reason for that is because of his consistency. We all know Paul George is a guy who could really get buckets, but there's some years he's just up and down. There's sometimes he plays great, sometimes he plays trash, and that's my main knock on him. He's just not a consistent guy who can consistently put on high-level performances for your team, and that's the reason why I'd be knocking him.
I think he's one of the. I think Paul George is like 30, 31. I think 32. Okay. He's 32 now.
32. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's one of the better number 2s in the league, but I don't think he's.
That's a great guy.
I don't think he's a number 1 guy, but I think he's a great number 2, which is why I don't like that he's.
Yes.
I think Jason Tatum.
Wow, this whole time I thought he was small for him.
No, like number 2 on his team,
number 2 player.
Second option.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to put him. I don't want to put him on like the Jason Tatum level, because I think Jason Tatum has shown to just be a better player in my opinion. And then Jimmy Butler, I think
agree.
Jimmy Butler's a better player, but you can go whichever way you want.
I don't.
Man, you don't think Jimmy Butler's better than Paul George?
No,
I think Paul George is a better scorer than Jimmy Butler, but
I think Paul George is prettier to watch.
I think Jimmy Butler's a better defender.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it ends.
Oh, I think he's
a better playmaker.
I think he's easily a better passer and a playmaker.
Yeah, I think he's a better playmaker.
That's not easily as crazy, but
to me, it's pretty easy.
I'm not mad at you for saying that, because Jimmy Butler is a good playmaker, but easily no.
I don't think Paul George could handle that. I think Paul George could like sustain it for a bit, but I don't think like they were struggling right now because they've been trying to find a point guard to distribute for him,
right?
Him and Kawhi Leonard. With Jimmy Butler, I think he would have an easier time in that role than Paul George.
Paul George's like playmaking skills is damn near like a little bit better than Kawhi's, and Kawhi's is terrible.
It's
I
not
feel
terrible.
like
That's wild.
Hey, we
It's
all.
not terrible. It's not terrible, but it ain't great.
Yeah, terrible is a stretch.
terrible. I guess it's a stretch, but Kawhi's playmaking is it's his worst attribute as a basketball player.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I'm on the same
So
page.
yeah, like in comparison to that, then yeah. So
Who's better, Trae Young? Is Trae Young better than Paul George?
In what?
I think Trae
No. This is what I wanted to say about Trae Young. He give you the worst 30 and 10 you ever seen in
I don't thank you. I don't like Trae Young. I really don't.
He give you the worst. He give you the worst 30 and 10 you ever
It's
seen.
also kind of weird though because like
OG, I got a question. I got a question for all of y'all. Y'all listening?
What's up?
Yeah.
Who y'all got, John Morant or Trae Young?
I got Trae Young. I got Trae Young.
I got Trae over Ja.
I think Trae clears Ja Morant.
Yeah, I think Trae is over Ja.
yeah, I reluctantly picked Trae.
And I don't use the word clears like very often, but I think Trae clears.
Me personally, I think that they take what happened last year with Ja, and I think they blow it way over proportion. Like when you look
Like,
at the totals and everything, just player to player, I think it's Trae. Even
Yeah,
just
player to player, give me Trae.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, he still give you the worst 30 and 10 you ever seen.
I think that changes in like 3 years though.
Oh yeah. Also,
I don't think it's gonna change at all.
I think
I'm a
Darius
season fan
Garland
too,
will be better than
Dub,
Ja
in
Morant.
Mars, so I can answer y'all question about like the Embiid condition. I can tell y'all why Embiid doesn't look conditioned because I'm a Sixers fan.
So during the practices, okay.
I ain't trying to hear this.
Hey, Mark.
During the last playoffs, like against the he was dealing with 3 injuries, finger, face, and one in his leg. And during the offseason, he also had another leg injury. So throughout the offseason, he was going through surgery and stuff, and he didn't really get a proper proper offseason, which is normally a lot of cardio, stuff like that. So that's why he looks kind of sluggish right now. Because this year, even comparison to his other years with injuries, it was way different because he was dealing with 3 or 4, which in a sense he should have been out. Each of them was listed for like 6 months, but he still played, which is absurd. Yeah.
So he's having a
Are we
James
certain?
Harden 2021 right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, exactly.
So-
He's having like a 2020 James Harden.
So, well, he better get out of that 2021 because I have them going to the finals. So
Yeah, I mean, my thing is when I see this team, I see a team that's still trying to put it together. Like because even if you look at our bench rotation, a lot of the players that we normally play, they aren't really playing. Like Middleton's not playing, Korkmaz is not playing, Matisse is not playing. Like it's like a whole new thing that we got going on right now.
Matisse about to
You
get
know your
traded.
window's closing though, right? For a chip.
Yeah. Honestly, right now,
Yeah, like-
right now, my goal
Matisse
right now.
I don't know. Matisse
Right
on his
now,
way
I just
out.
want a conference finals appearance.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
he can trade it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Matisse is definitely
Yeah, he gone.
about to get traded. But my thing is Matisse. He's nice defensively, but it's just like his offense is so like it's such a black hole.
He half a player.
He's not even a cutter. He's not even a good off-ball cutter.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
it's crazy.
He's Australian.
The new school Andre Roberson, bro.
Exactly.
Andre Roberson could
That's
play.
OD.
Andre Roberson would at least shoot the 3, but
Low-key.
Matisse doesn't even.
You would pop a
Don't
couple.
give Andre Roberson no credit.
You don't get credit.
I'm
for
not.
shooting
I'm
it.
not. I'm not. I'm not. But at least like Roberson would cut, and he would cut to the basket. Like, but Matisse is like a cone. It's 4 on 5 on offense. Like,
Yeah,
you're not even.
but the issue with Matisse
you're
is when he
right,
cuts, he still can't finish at the rim. He's just-
Yeah.
So like
At least
whenever
Rudy
Matisse-
Gobert can finish at the rim.
Exactly.
Really see if it's either
Man,
go
don't
hard
sleep
or
on
lead,
Rudy,
or
dog.
say if it's just max.
Yeah,
or say if
no,
it's
don't you come in here with this Rudy love. Don't you
I'm
do it.
asleep.
Man, Rudy up there, dog. Stop
Yeah, that's
sweating.
facts. That's
Cole.
facts. Rudy's
Cole.
best player on the Timberwolves.
Rudy Cole, now.
Rudy Cole.
Best player on
But
the
yeah,
Timberwolves.
Rudy
but
Cole.
yeah, Morris, you're right because that's also one of the reasons why it was so easy for the Heat to guard us when Matisse was on the floor. Because when it was just Harden or when it was just Max or combination, they're normally double teaming them and leaving Matisse wide open in his own spot, and you can't whether if it's cutting to the rim. For some reason, he just can't translate. Like, he can't finish. He can't shoot. I'm saying I watch. I'm like, what about
He's a
the
bad
dunk?
player.
He won't
Sorry, guys.
dunk it for some reason. He's always hesitating. I'm like,
everyone got in his head. He don't even want to attempt anything now. Like he literally.
I think I saw Matisse have an interview. I think it was with like JJ Redick on his podcast. He said he couldn't make layups consistently until like 12th grade. I don't know how old that is.
Wild.
I don't know how old that is
insane.
because I'm not in the US. I don't know how old that is, but that sounds pretty old.
Ja Morant is not a good playmaker.
That's 18 to 17 years old, Mars. 17,
Yeah,
18
yeah,
years old.
listen, Mars,
and he
I
can't do
just
layups.
graduated. So, yeah, that's 17, 18.
Okay, maybe it might not have been 12th grade then, because that sounds crazy. But I think
That sounds
I
crazy.
think he was at 4. I think he was at 14. He said
I
he
just
would
wanna say
like, get the
something.
ball on a fast break. He would have to stop and then lay it up like a Michael.
Yeah,
because he
no,
can't
but
make
he still does it.
layups.
But more the things, he still that what you just said. He still does it sometimes. Like I still see him do that sometimes.
Yeah, he has no
He's not
ability to
confident.
score.
He has no confidence.
Yeah.
It's not even ability. It's confidence. When you're in that system where you're not even the fifth, when you're on the court, you are literally the worst offensive option. Tobias Harris is over you. Dylan Beat is over you. Maxey is over you. And James Harden is over you. So when you touch the ball, you're looking to pass it every time. Everybody around can score. So
Need a
when
new
that's
Ben
in your
Simmons.
head, right? When that's in your head and you're not getting looked at to score or be the scorer, yeah, it hurts because he's not even gonna try to go for layups. He's not gonna try to look to get the ball, pump fake, and do a fucking jab step or something, or do a triple threat into the lane. He's not looking to do that, and that's really the problem.
Literally every single time, what it do is like if he's in the corner, he'll grab it, he'll look for like 3 seconds, and then he'll shoot. Or when he drives, he takes a dribble, he stops, then look, and then he goes up, and then it's whatever he or she. Or like when he cuts, he gets it, and like when he's like right under the rim, he goes back out and then just looks for the pass. It's
right.
It's very dysfunctional.
It's not his fault. It's not really his fault. I can't even put it all on him, but at the same time, you gotta. You're in the NBA. You're in the NBA.
How
You
is
don't have
it
to
his
throw that ball.
terrible offensive? Nah,
No, it's not his.
Work on your game.
It's not his. But they
Thank you.
developed him
Put
as
his
a
ass.
defender.
He can't shoot.
They developed
Get
him
in
as
the
a
gym.
defender, though.
Listen, so some things aren't
can
his
still
fault
work
because
on
like some of Doc
offense.
Rivers sets, it don't really benefit. But but also too, we're talking open layups. Come on, bro. We're talking
Exactly.
open
Like
layups.
there's too many people getting better in the league for you not to get better. That's the same
Right.
thing I said about.
Yeah.
That's the same thing I
Tony
said about Ben
Man, if
Simmons.
you want to be like Tony
Tony Allen had a job, right? Tony Allen had a job forever,
Tony
man.
Allen did smoke his fair share of layups.
Duh, don't nobody
Tony
want to
Allen
be
can
like
make a
Tony
jump
Allen.
shot occasionally as well.
I would not be mad at being Tony Allen, bro.
Yeah.
Right,
But,
man.
honestly,
Give me the
honestly
bag.
though, like the only thing that I'm mad about the Sixers right now is the fact that we didn't keep Isaiah Joe. I don't know if y'all know who Isaiah Joe is. But
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. He got picked up.
Isaiah Joe,
Who did he get signed by?
he has grit. He can hit his shots. He finish it. Like I would say that we like the one thing because everyone keeps talking about how we make moves, but we're missing something. And to me, that's like a spark plug. And Isaiah Joe, he kind of had that potential to be like a spark plug, like not crazy, but something like just to give you some kind of production. And he was doing it every single time he stepped on the floor. He was doing that, and
like a
him
Jaden
in
Hardy.
Yeah,
Was he a forward or a guard? Was he a forward or guard?
He's a forward. He's a forward.
He's a forward. He plays the forward.
I mean two. I said forward. I mean he's a guard. He's a 2 guard.
He plays the 3 sometimes. He plays the 3 sometimes.
Yeah, he played 2 for.
Yeah, but the thing is, like we also got Jaden Springer too. It's like Doc, except for like Paul Reed now, because us Philly fans, we literally ridiculed
B-ball.
I like Paul Reed.
Doc stinks. It took us 2 seasons to get this man Doc to actually get Paul Reed some actual consistent minutes because he wasn't playing him, and that's how it is.
Not at all.
With young talent, other than Maxey and Middleton and not Shake. I'm talking about DeAnthony. And Paul Reed now, we don't really play the young guys like that who, when they come on the floor, they provide defense like y'all was talking about earlier. Like we look like that we was missing some defense. When they come on the floor, ironically, they give us some defense. I'm not saying the best in the world, but it's like something competent. And I'm watching that and I'm looking at it. I'm like, yo, we missing that right now, especially with Embiid getting frustrated, Brook Lopez getting Embiid frustrated, and whatever is going on to Tobias, trying to still force the one dribble pull up when he doesn't have to at times. I understand that's his game, but it's like we were missing something. You know.
Y'all got PJ Tucker now with good wing defense.
No,
Shit,
bro, I love PJ. I always like for me personally. I always like getting certain role players. I always felt like that. Like we needed certain role players to actually help us contribute. And PJ was always one of them guys that I wanted. And last night I loved the way how yes, shots wasn't falling that much, but like, he was showing effort, and I felt like that's what we needed. Because if you know the Sixers were infamous. We're infamous for giving up effort sometimes in certain games, which you could see last night. Harden on defense is letting certain people go by him sometimes, and B is looking like I don't.
That's all.
Hey, Jay Crowder to
The
the
only time
Sixers.
Harden's motivated to play defense is when he's guarding Giannis in the post. That's the only time he ever seems to
Literally though, oh my God,
The
Mars, you're
only
so
time he's
fucking
ever
right, bro.
motivated to play defense is when he has Giannis in the post. Every other
Like,
possession,
that's
he's never
no
tried.
skill having motherfucker. I'm about to lock him up.
Right,
He
that's
looks
what
like
I'm
a
thinking
temporary
about,
candidate
man.
on Giannis and a bum on everyone else.
A lot of centers seem to
defense.
frustrate Embiid, though. I mean, Brook Lopez frustrates him. Al Horford frustrates him. Like at
Because
some
y'all trying to
point,
fly.
Marc Gasol used to frustrate him.
No, but the thing is, last night, only time Embiid gets like that is when it's like certain
And
bio.
the ref ain't giving him his calls.
Yeah, and also too when something is wrong. Like the only time I see Embiid act like that, like, of course certain players frustrating, but act like the way he's acting is when something is wrong. And that's how I knew it was kind of an injury thing. And then I just got 30 minutes ago, it was an injury thing from the off season. So it's like,
you know what's so alarming though? Also, whenever Harden tries to flop for a call and then he does this shit right here, and then looks at the ref for 5 minutes, he doesn't go back on defense.
no, bro.
That shit is frustrating to watch.
That's classic
kills
James
me,
Harden,
bro.
though.
Bro.
Yeah,
Harden,
classic.
Bro, Harden had an open finish that he made, but he was squirreling his arms up after like call looking for the call.
I
Bro,
know
you
what
made
play
the
you're
layup.
talking
Just
about.
get back, bro.
That's
kills
James
me,
Harden. He's
bro.
gonna do that every time. That's James Harden. That is
As
James
long
Harden.
as
A lot of players in the
sometimes now.
NBA do that. A
Embiid,
lot,
No,
a lot
they
of
do.
players do that in the NBA.
But
LeBron
James
does
Harden
all the
does it
fucking
like
time.
religiously.
Yeah,
James
LeBron
Harden
gets
does it
fouled a lot
religiously.
more than James
No,
Harden.
no, you're right. He does do it religiously. Yeah.
I mean, that's
And Jamal-
fine, but I remember what he said. I think it was Kobe who said like James Harden game can't translate to the playoffs. Is that true? Because every time I see him in the
No.
playoffs,
This is one thing. He actually plays very well in the playoffs until he gets to like Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Final, or the Western Conference Finals, or Game 6.
I think
That's the
James
game you
Harden. I think James Harden has similar issues to a Steph Curry in a certain degree. Where if your game is that predicated on an outside shot, or when James Harden plays outside shot and get into the line, which is depending on referees giving you a call, you're liable to have a game where either they don't give you the calls, or your 3-point shot is not falling, and then you don't have enough versatility to your game where in a big game you might have 11 points on 2 for 11 from 3 and everyone just says you choked when you just had a bad shooting night. It happens. It just seems to happen. Like James Harden's liable to have like one of them every series, which is the same thing I predicted with Steph in the finals. He's liable to have one terrible game shooting the ball, which is why he only has one finals MVP.
but at least he drives.
And he had that terrible shooting game in game 5. He shot 0 for 9. We just managed to win the game.
I see what you're saying.
That's what happens, and I think James Harden gets
Go
a
ahead,
bad
go
rap
ahead,
because it
Dan.
happens in the biggest moments.
I think with James Harden, I see what you're saying, Mars, with him shooting a lot. I think that's mainly his decision making. I think James Harden could be a very better playoff performer if he just made better decisions, especially with scoring the basketball.
Stop
You a
ISO.
guy, you a guy. Yeah, stop ISOing on top of the key. It makes it easier for guys to play defense on you. On
That's
top
the
of
last
that,
second.
shoot the fucking mid range, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
this
bro.
times he's
Yo, he was doing that in the
he
Bucks
would
game.
he would
No,
set
no,
like
last
no.
night.
I
He
want
did
to
it
say
last
that the
night.
one thing that I did love about
He
Harden
did it
last
last
night was
night.
like he was looking to get like the mid range spots and stuff, and he was hitting it.
Yeah, the
Hey,
Bucks-
that's the thing.
That's a
Tyson, you
terrible
did it.
super chat, Tyson. That's a terrible super
Oh
chat.
yeah. Oh
That's a
wow.
horrible
Way.
take.
I seen this
Whoa,
one.
huh?
Way over Trey.
Just
You are really
as
wild.
just
bro.
as good
way
of a
over. I take him
playmaker.
over
as
Trey
Shooting
without
good
question.
Better
enough.
off-ball defender.
shooting good enough. where
Shooting
you
good
can
enough where you can't
sag.
sag off. That's crazy, bro.
That's not
crazy.
true.
You can definitely sag. You can definitely sag off of John Morant.
Yeah, you can.
That's
Yeah,
about to say.
definitely.
You
That's
gotta
do
what
it.
they do. That's
People
what
do it as
They,
we
Trey
they
Young,
literally
he's not that
sag
good
off
of a
of John
shooter.
Morant.
They're gonna sag off him his whole career. Like people don't
Right.
The
understand that.
Knicks were
He
sagging off.
Go
basically,
under or over the screen with Ja. You go under every fucking time.
yeah,
You
he's
can't do that
basically
with Trey.
Derrick
Trey
Rose
Young is a
MVP
walking
year. You
offense.
sag off.
Yo,
So,
I have
I like
a
the D Rose comparison.
I
Yeah.
have a question about the Nuggets and the Clippers, kind of like related to each other. My problem with the Nuggets is, like, I know I heard you guys speaking earlier. My problem with the Nuggets is any team who employs DeAndre Jordan scares the fuck out of me in the playoffs.
That's a good point.
You know why they
Jokic-
wanted him to sign him?
I've
They
never
wanted him to sign him.
considered that.
Bro,
until
That's
this
should have
moment.
had Boogie, bro. I
DeAndre
don't know why
Jordan
we didn't
is a
sign Boogie.
net negative. If he's playing, that's a negative.
He's
bro.
not
Like,
gonna play in
any
the
minute
playoffs.
he's on
I'll
the
say that
floor.
Yeah, I'm
right
gonna say they should have kept
But
Boogie
he's
over
terrible.
him, but yeah.
Oh my
Bro,
God! They
No,
should have.
no, but
Why has
but
Boogie not gotten a contract yet?
It's a lock. It's his
Reputation.
attitude. Literally, it's his
Reputation.
attitude. That's it.
Yeah.
They can't handle him. The front office can't handle
oh
Boogie.
yeah, Dubbin Morris, bring OG, bro, because from what
To
I
this
seen from
open
John
gym?
Wall last night, John Wall still looks like he can still produce.
Yeah, John.
I don't know.
Brother.
John Wall still
John
looks
Wall need to start, and they need to bring Reggie Jackson off the bench.
bro.
I think
That-
Reggie
Bro,
Jackson's
did
catered
you
to
see
be a
when
six
OG
man
said
anyway.
that like he don't think John
Yeah.
Wall could start anymore?
Yeah, his-
Like,
Reggie
come on.
Jackson needs to be their sixth man because he gonna make that second
Oh, there's
unit
a
pop.
cap.
Reggie Jackson's always had a problem coming
Hello,
off the
cap.
bench, though.
But Reggie
Really?
Jackson,
I
the
never
problem
knew
with
that.
him is
He
his,
deserves to be on the
he's
bench,
not a
bro.
good playmaker. And Reggie Jackson, on his shot selection, he thinks he's Kyrie Irving out there sometimes.
Yeah.
I
Right?
don't know what the fuck
He's
he
a
be
two
doing.
guard.
Yeah, he's
Like,
built
bro,
to be a
He's a
six man.
spark
That's a
plug.
6 man type.
He's
That's
built to be a six man. He
Yeah,
he
exactly.
needs to run
like
that
Lou,
second
Williams,
unit.
Lou Williams, Jamal
Yeah, John Wall
Crawford,
gonna
those
take his
type of
spot.
guys. Let them
John
take
Wall gonna
whatever
take his
shots
spot.
they want.
Wait. You guys are saying Reggie Jackson needs to be a 6 man or John Wall?
Reggie
Reggie
Jackson.
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 John
Okay,
Wall needs to
agreed.
start.
Agreed.
Yeah, just the way
Yeah,
how
same.
Reggie plays
I think so too.
basketball
John Wall look
for this
good,
team, just the way
man.
how he plays, that's like more of like
As
a
opposed to
6 man
West.
kind of guy. Come off
John
the
Wall
bench.
is a better playmaker. He'll get them in
Yeah,
their spots.
Yeah.
yo, Ron, you
Defender.
took the
He's a better
words right out
defender.
my mouth. Like John
He's
Wall
a
is a great playmaker.
Very
He's amazing.
You don't forget shit like that.
He
It's
still
no
puts
matter
pressure
how
on
long
the
you've
rim,
been
bro.
hurt, you do
It's
not
crazy.
forget how to just get people open, especially if you can still,
He don't need to be
play
the
like
John
that.
Wall of old. All he got to do is average 15 and eight assists. He gonna
And
have
just
him in
get
the
the,
That's
spot.
and just
perfect.
get, and
That's
just deliver the
perfect.
ball. Just deliver the ball to those guys. That's it.
Zubac gonna have a
And shoot
career
like
year playing
shoot
along.
like 36
And
from three.
Zubac
And shoot like 36% from three.
and Zubac gonna have 10 points off of lobs.
Yeah.
Easily.
John Wall gonna
He
be
got
spoon feeding
Marcin
that man.
Gortat.
I'm gonna say 7.
Hey fellas,
For
hey fellas,
real
hey
though.
fellas,
And Nene.
hey fellas, and everybody in the chat, bro. Appreciate you guys for coming along, bro. We had a 2.5 hour mark, so we're gonna start ending the show. Before you guys leave, please drop your
Oh, yeah.
Instagrams or social handles in the chat, please, bro. We definitely would like to reach out to you guys. Appreciate you guys for joining up on the show. Anwar, we're gonna talk about chill, seeing if you can get some smoke. Anybody got some last words before we go?
Man,
Go ahead,
I need to
Anwar.
chip.
all right, go ahead.
Catch y'all on gridiron, man.
From the looks of it this year, I probably still think that the Warriors. My favorite are either the Warriors, Clippers, or Bucks.
Hey man, go Cavs, man.
But yeah, to me, the Bucks are still probably the most dominant team in the league in terms of like their play style.
Dominant.
I mean, bro, listen. All right, hold on. Hear me
You're
out.
just
Listen.
calling Giannis the Bucks. That's what you're doing. You're
Listen,
just
listen.
Giannis is dominant.
Right.
We're not dominant.
Basically.
Come on, let me explain myself. So what I mean by dominance is like no matter the pieces that they lose, the way they play, it still looks the same. If you know what I mean. Like
Yeah,
you know,
people forget.
Yeah, like the sets still look the same. The way how they kind of play, it still looks the same on average.
You mean kind of like the Warriors, right?
Yeah, stuff like that. But my favorite is still the Warriors. So it's either the Warriors or Clippers if healthy. Yeah.
No, Warriors are smoking the Clippers.
They're not smoking.
Smoking is crazy.
Smacking.
Fully healthy,
Smacking.
smoking is kind of a reach.
Smacking.
5 games.
They'll win.
5 games. 5 games.
They'll win. They'll win, and it's going 7. Mars, you're wild.
It's definitely
They will
going
never go
7.
7
It's definitely going
It's
7.
going
It's
7
definitely going
games.
7.
I promise you, it will never go 7 games.
All right.
It'll go
If the
7.
Warriors got home court, I got the Warriors winning in 6.
So
It don't matter who got home court. It's going 7, Mars.
It's going 7.
I don't know though, because like most times, from what I've
The
seen,
Clippers are
most
built to
series
guard the
go to
Warriors,
6
man.
games.
They really are.
Not often
they
that it
are.
goes to 7 a lot. So.
How are they not?
No, they're built. They're
not
built.
to guard us.
They're built to guard teams like the Nuggets and like the Bucks, where they got like long wing defenders, so they can
True.
build walls and stuff. But like
true.
the Clippers, man, they can take any team in the West to 7.
Honestly, true. I do think the Clippers can beat the Warriors.
They're the deepest team in the league, bro.
Defensively.
Yeah, they're very deep. They're very deep.
Fellas,
It's 5 game
drop
series.
your social media handles in the private chat, bro. For real.
Hold on,
Appreciate
I got
you guys for real. Go ahead, fellas. I'm not going to kick y'all for me, but oh shit.
All right.
Yes. You be safe, Light. Let me take a picture. Mars, fellas, you got anything to say before we be out?
We're gonna get into our top 20s next week. So
I don't know.
dub Dub's gonna have to defend that Chris Paul take. I'm gonna be right there with him battling. You're gonna hear a lot of interesting stuff, but don't duck the smoke. Obviously today, a lot of people want to talk in the chat. Like I get, we see you all typing, debating in the chat, but you don't want to debate on the show. What's going on? Like, come up. You got a platform, many people to see you. This is like it's an open gym. Imagine there's scouts watching you. Just come out.
That's that's a fact, bro. Stop being afraid. Stop being keyboard warriors. Stop playing with us before we put your head on a fucking spike, bro. I dead ass. I didn't even say that all show today. I was chilling today. But hey, man, like the video on y'all way out. If you guys watching this from YouTube, please make sure to get here 12:30 Eastern Time PM. Please, we definitely want to let you guys have a platform to say y'all piece. If you disagree with me or Mars or whatever, go ahead and do it. Feel free to. Other than that, I ain't got nothing else to say. MJ Mahomes.